What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's your boy Kush back at it again with another call-in stream, Just Chillin' podcast episode. How y'all doing? First things first, if you notice, I finally got a Saquon jersey, not just any Saquon jersey, the Color Rush Saquon Barkley jersey, man. This been a long time coming. I should have gotten one of these last year, man, but it's been a while. Listen, had to get it, man. Saquon, as a good amount of I think 100% my favorite player on the Giants right now. That player, Saquon, me following him from college into the NFL is one of the main reasons I even started my YouTube channel in the first place. Shout out to everybody in here, man. Shout out to Logan's Gaming Lounge, Edward Chan, Joseph Balby, Tony B, Jaden Dawkins, Bobby Woodruff, Roman, Nerding Out Sports, Joe Yato. Thank you all for being in here. David A.V., Vets, Marjorie Simmons, Emmanuel Brito, Chris Wolves, thank you all for coming in here. Sugar Tots, man, thank you for all the birthday wishes. You guys had the birthday wishes out early last night, man. Shout out to KB for that. He may or may not pop in, depends if he has time. But, KB sent a birthday raid over to me at like 12 o'clock last night. That was amazing. Thank you all, man. It is indeed a call-in show, Wolves. So in about maybe 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. And let me get this out the way right now, right? Because there's been a lot of trolling going around with the Giants community and call-in shows. And oh my God. Wow. Mike Nixon, thank you so much, man. Mike Nixon with the $50 donation, guys. Thank you so much, Mike. Mike is a great supporter of mine, man. Been here for a while now. He says, happy birthday, Kush. Hope you had a good day. Been honored to have met you, bro. You're my bro for life, man. I could talk football with you for hours and our Knicks, man. Thank you so much, Mike. And that is true. Me and Mike, we talk off stream as well when I got time, in the Discord, in the DMs. Mike's a great dude to talk to. He was a football coach at one point, very knowledgeable, just a great fan. And he's my bro, man. He's not just a sub or a fan. He's my bro, man. Thank you so much, Mike Nixon. Great support of the channel. And he's a member as well. He's, the highest level member available to the channel. Mike, I appreciate you, man. That's amazing. It made me actually stop for a second. The wind kind of came out of my sails for a second there, man. Mike, yo, thank you so much, Mike. I truly appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. And goddamn, Mike, you are the bro, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is to everybody, y'all supporters, yo. You guys make it so great to be on YouTube, man. I know I don't speak for myself. I speak for everybody. The Giants community and supporters, the most amazing ones on YouTube by far. And I was just speaking about him. Here he is right now. KB is in the house. What's up, Kidblue?
What's up, bro? Yeah. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I had to get the fresh cut, man.
I know. I was just about to mention that, man. Now we're the young guns with the fresh cuts, man.
Exactly, bro. Finally, I don't want to take off Mike's super chat just yet because it's probably the largest one I ever got. Finally got myself a Saquon Color Rush as well, man. We already know how we rocking out here, man.
I gotta get me a Color Rush, man. I don't know who to get yet, but
man, listen, whoever you get, I was lucky. I copped it on, and there's sales still going on, by the way. If anybody in the chat, wants to get, one of those official jerseys, Fanatics has had a sale going for basically the past week for Black Friday week and now Cyber Monday week. They just been doing sales on top of sales on top of sales for him, man.
Nice, man. Nice.
So, hey, yo, Mike, thank you once again, man. KB, listen, bro. How you doing, man? I just informed Kidblue, by the way, guys, that he shares a birthday with Nick Gates, and he did not notice before.
Yo, the Nick Gates saga comes to full circle, man. Like how does that even happen? How does that even happen? What are the odds that Nick Gates has the same birthday as me? What?
And real quick, we got another man in here, another GOAT in here. The entertainer talking sports is in here, y'all. What's up?
What up,
everybody?
Tainah?
Listen, y'all. I know y'all subbed up to Tainah, but you only follow this man on Twitter. He been more involved in Twitter than ever before, and in recent weeks, especially since the Giants are on top now, it's been entertaining to watch. You know what I'm saying? Link is down there.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm having fun with Twitter, man. I've been I was on Twitter because everybody. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday,
I've been really active on Twitter. I first just joined it because people were like, "You need a Twitter account when you got YouTube," and I wasn't really active. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna spit some shit. Giants are starting to win. I'm gonna speak my mind on Twitter. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm tweeting away. I'm putting up 10, 15 tweets a day. I love it. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we were just reminiscing. Kidblue literally just found out that Nick Gates has his own birthday. We all know Nick Gates is Kidblue's favorite offensive lineman and player on the Giants.
You know what, KB? You gotta give Gates a little credit this year.
Oh yeah, I'm giving him credit for sure, but yeah, the whole everybody wants me to get a Nick Gates jersey at the beginning of the season thing, I couldn't do it, man.
What about now?
Still no. Still
what does Nick Gates have to do? I mean, the man was born on the same day as you. What does he have to do for you to get his jersey?
Play well throughout the whole entire season. That I don't mess around and get like I don't know, Leonard Williams jersey or Jabril Peppers jersey or James Bradbury jersey. I mean, there's a bunch of other players I'll grab before I grab Nick Gates. I'll just say that.
Who would you grab next?
What do you got on right now? Whose jersey is that?
This is Saquon.
Nice.
Finally got one. I never had a jersey of a current player before. I only had a Eli Reebok, and I just want to say I love this jersey. But man, we're in this one now. I only had the old ones. The Reebok jersey are I think just another level quality. Yeah. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but that I could feel that the Reebok is gonna last longer than this Nike one. But I had a Eli Reebok and a Jeremy Shockey Reebok. Those were the only two I ever had. Now finally got a current one here.
Can we retire the red jerseys, please? Like, can we retire them?
No, I love the red jerseys.
I prefer the Reebok myself. To the newer ones.
It just feels like it's gonna last longer. I know I've only had this for like a day, but I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
No, I'm with you on that. I don't have a color rush though. I got to get a color rush.
I am surprised by that. Who would you get next? You know, I know that this has been a topic on my channel for a while now because I'm like, yo, do you get a Blake Martinez or somebody like a James Bradbury? Because they're performing at top levels, but are they going to be here long term? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Giant.
Are they going to be here long term?
The next guy I'd make an investment in, I'd have to see him play first, and I'd have to be confident that he's going to be good. Would probably be McKinney, or possibly Slayton. But again, I'd have to see Slayton progress a little bit before because when you buy a jersey, you're making an investment. You're hoping that guy's there for 5, 6, 7 years. So,
have you ever had a Collins one from when Collins?
No, I never had Landon Collins. No.
Okay, because I was gonna ask, would you get a Peppers one, or if you had a Collins, would you get the Peppers name tag?
No, jerseys I've had. Let me see off the top of my head. I had a Kerry Collins jersey. I had an Amani Toomer jersey. I had a Tiki Barber jersey. I had a Jeremy Shockey jersey. I had a Michael Barrow jersey, the linebacker. I never had a Strahan jersey. I should have got one.
Really?
Yeah, I should get one. I had an Armstead jersey. I had a Matthias Kiwanuka jersey. I had a Justin Tuck jersey.
Kiwanuka.
You've had the whole line except Michael Strahan?
I didn't have Strahan. I don't know why. I never had Strahan. I should have had Strahan. Obviously several Eli jerseys. Yeah. Burris, I had Tiki. I don't know if I said him.
Yeah.
And then of current players, I'm assuming maybe only DJ and Saquon, or is there
DJ and Saquon? That's it. Yeah.
So I'm gonna. By the way, guys, I'm gonna drop the link in a couple of minutes. I actually have Mike backstage already. He's gonna be the first one on. Then I'm gonna get a couple of subs on. I want to talk about a couple topics with these dudes up here first. Now, this is kind of been a reoccurring one in the Giants community for a while now, but I think we could all agree. This year, 2020 season, Wayne Gallman has been by far our best option at running back. Now, here's the thing, and it's been, like I said, it's reoccurring. A lot of people want Wayne Gallman to be the future back next year when Saquon comes back.
God,
and they want
Saquon Barkley face, man. Gone.
Now,
what are you doing?
Before I get to y'all, I just want to say it's funny that a lot of the fan base has a thought process now, because earlier, I want to say in the year, maybe March, April, did not all of us want a bruiser back? A back that could get the 30 yards on third down and start off drives on first down.
I like Wayne Gallman.
And that's what Wayne Gallman is.
I love Wayne Gallman.
Yeah.
I think Wayne Gallman's doing a fantastic job. First off, I don't know if he's going to be back because we only have so much money to spend in free agency. And there's people saying they want Logan Ryan. People saying they want Dalvin Thomas. People saying they want Leonard Williams. There's only so much money to go around. Wayne Gallman's going to be like 26. Wayne Gallman's going to want to get paid. This is his opportunity to get paid. If a team offers him $5-6 million a year, 3-4 years, good chance he's not back with the Giants. And I hope he is because he's been great. I want Wayne. Here's what I'll say. Barkley's still the guy. If Barkley's healthy next year, he's the guy. But maybe you give Gallman more. Instead of Barkley getting like 20, 22 touches, maybe he gets 17. And Gallman gets like 10. And you use Barkley in a different way. Maybe a little bit more as a pass catcher, whatever it may be. But Barkley's still got to be the primary guy.
And KB was getting fired up about it.
Yeah, I listen. We see these things all the time, and I always say it like it happens in the NFL. Not just Giants fans, just in the NFL in general. You know, a replacement player comes along, he starts performing well, and all of a sudden they want to keep the replacement player because he's cheaper, he's a more efficient option than the guy that either got hurt or whatever the case may be. So a lot of people seem to forget what Saquon's production, like what a Saquon run offense looks like.
It's not close. It's not close.
It's not even close. And a lot of people are very excited with Wayne Gallman and what he's been doing lately. Okay, imagine that with Saquon Barkley behind there, with the offensive line playing how well they've been playing these past couple of weeks. Remember, this was an offensive line in the beginning of the season that was pure, like nothing the way we see it now.
That's what I see, and a lot of great supporters of mine in here. David A.V. says Gallman gets positive yards, and you're absolutely right. But the reason is, like you said, did you see the offensive line the first 2 weeks? Do you see the offensive line now? If Barkley's behind this
the first 2 weeks, the first 2 years. I mean, I know Saquon is known for doing the jumping around. Tony B said we need the Lightning and the Thunder. I think the Lightning would be Saquon, the Thunder would be Gallman. Saquon's known for being agile. Yet to be fair, we haven't seen him behind the line where it's like he's not required to be agile before he gets and hits, the line of scrimmage.
Well, yeah, I had my 2 nights on my channel earlier today, and I basically said. And, this is just me assuming. I don't know for a fact because I've never seen Saquon Barkley behind a good offensive line. Outside of the second half of 2018, they actually had a pretty good offensive line his rookie year. The second half of the season when they got Jamon Brown, they played pretty well, and he was awesome behind it. Part of me thinks like Saquon Barkley is the type of player that tries to put the team on his back. Like he does, and he knows the limitations of the offense. He knows the offensive line sucks, so he tries to make huge plays every time he touches the ball. I want to see him with a good offensive line, and I don't think you'll see too much jumping around and hopping around. I think he'll hit the hole. That's my opinion.
Right.
And what do you guys think about Burton Burns? Now, Burton Burns is a name that I don't think is getting nearly enough credit. We give credit to the offensive line, at least now, because we've seen the improvement. We give credit to, Judge and whatnot. I think Burns is somebody that has a lot to do with Gallman's success because Gallman, his first couple of years, granted, it was terrible offensive lines there, but his first couple of years, we didn't see anything near this.
Yeah. I've been talking about Burns this couple of weeks on my channel. I think he deserves credit. I mean, not just him, a lot of the coaches on this staff, but Gallman looks like a different running back. And it's not just him. Alfred Morris, when he run, not so much this game, but in previous weeks, he was running hard. I think Burns deserves a lot of credit. Even Penny was doing a good job blocking this past game. Like you could see that the running backs are really improving. And yeah, I think Burton Burns definitely has something to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shout out to Engraven Vids in here, guys. Engraven Vids is a great Ravens YouTuber and general NFL YouTuber. Guys, go over there, check him out. Dude is absolutely fun to watch, man. Love Engraven, bro. I will be having him back on the Just Chillin' podcast before we play the Ravens, guys. Hope his Ravens are doing good, by the way. And you know what? I might start hating on the Ravens a little bit before I bring in Mike. Do y'all think the Ravens are getting a little bit preferential treatment from the NFL with this whole COVID thing?
They just want to see Lamar Jackson play because it puts butts in the seats. That's why they're trying to get Lamar Jackson playing. They're gonna keep pushing it back. Is Lamar healthy? Is Lamar okay?
It's bad news for the Giants, though. I'm gonna tell you why. We want the Ravens to win next week. They're playing the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're playing on Wednesday, so they're going to be on short rest against the Cowboys because they're playing Monday or Sunday.
Yeah, they're going to play Sunday.
So they're only 4 days rest or 3 days rest, 3 days rest before they play again. So that kind of hurt the Giants.
The Cowboys, you think it definitely improves the Cowboys' chances of winning, man. You talk about 3 days of rest.
And also Washington and the Steelers. The Steelers also play Baltimore, so they're going to be on 4 days rest as well. The following week, they play Washington. So it's not a good situation right there. We need those teams healthy.
Yeah. So that kind of sucks in a way,
Right.
Shout out
3 days to game plan,
Yeah. Shout out to Authentic as well, y'all. Go over there, Authentic in the beer. Check him out.
What up, man?
Great podcast over there. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring in the first caller. It is Mike Nixon, one of the best supporters of all these channels, man. Shout out to Mike. I see Mike has a color rush on.
Oh, you got on, Mike.
All right.
I have Danny Dimes on.
What's up, Mike?
What's going
What's
on,
up,
man?
entertainer?
Glad
How
to see
you
you,
doing,
man. How
Mike?
you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Glad to see you, man. What do you want to talk about?
I just want to say that I think we're going to win on Sunday.
Even if we have Colt McCoy?
Even with Colt McCoy.
I like it.
Joe Judge has his team motivated. Has his team motivated.
I love your optimism. I love your optimism.
The defense is motivated. And I truly think we're going to pull it off by 3 points.
So it's going to be a close one.
Yeah.
Mike, I got to ask you, how do you think the Seahawks looked just this last night against the Eagles?
I only watched probably 2 quarters before I went to sleep. To be honest, they didn't look that good,
right?
Other than most in the Metcalf. But I mean, they're just godly.
Yeah,
they're just godly.
yeah. Well, Seattle definitely looks beatable after what we seen last night. Seattle definitely looks beatable.
I gotta ask you, Chris. I think you were streaming that game, right?
Yeah.
What was like some of your major takeaways? Because well, first of all, Carson Wentz just looks worse and worse every week. But what about from Seattle?
My major takeaway from that game, first off, is Doug Peterson has a statue, and I don't know why. Doug Peterson is the worst coach. Every time I watch an Eagles game, I'm like, how is this guy head coach? Let's go over his mistakes last night. They are down by 11 points, 9 minutes to go. 4th and 4 at the 15. He goes for it instead of kicking the field goal and making a one-possession game. He has the worst challenge I've ever seen in my life, where it was clearly not going to get overturned. He wasted their second time out in the second half. He ran the ball with Miles Sanders 6 times the entire game.
Right.
Their best playmaker. He went for 2, down 8 with 12 seconds to go. He got it. I didn't understand why he went for 2. And the penalties that the Eagles were committing were atrocious. So many bad, unnecessary roughness penalties, so on and so forth. So the first thing that I took away from the game was Doug Peterson shouldn't be coaching a high school football team. But the second thing that I took from that game was Seattle's beatable. Seattle gave the Eagles a lot of opportunities to win that football game. I just don't know if Colt McCoy could beat them. But they're not that. They don't scare me. Their defense is not that good. They have big playability. Like Mike was saying, DK Metcalf is phenomenal. Russell Wilson throws the best deep ball in football. They can move the ball on the ground.
Tainah, I will correct you there. Daniel Jones is rated as the best deep ball thrower in the NFL. I got that from Brian Balding. I don't want to say, man, I love Baldy, bro. Baldy's breakdowns was the most entertaining things I could watch. I absolutely love that dude.
Yeah.
Technically, you're right. But when I watch Russell Wilson throw that deep ball,
right? We all know.
It's a beauty.
That thing looks like it goes up like 1,000 yards in the air. It just drops down perfectly.
And perfectly, right? Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so I think the defensive approach for the Giants in this game has got to be bend but don't break. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that. They don't like the zone defense. Right. But against a team like this with the wide receivers that they have, I think we got to allow them to go 20 to 20 and then stop them when they get close to the red zone. You don't beat over the top. DK Metcalf is a huge threat. So you got to play it safe against this team. Bend but don't break. Try to create some turnovers, but don't give up the big touchdowns.
I was about to say Hub. My God. Kidblue, your thoughts?
Yeah, I look like but
the resemblance is uncanny.
Yeah, one thing I would definitely say is that watching that game, all I could think about is yes, Seattle's looking good. They're beating Philadelphia. That's a good thing, but they still look beatable. At the same time, Seattle made a lot of mistakes. They had a lot of stupid penalties as well, where they single-handedly the penalties were allowing Philadelphia down the field, but Philadelphia still couldn't score. But it was constant with Seattle. They didn't look like they were up to their like midseason form at all or their playoff form at all. So if we can get them playing the way they did last week, if they could repeat that, I think the Giants have a real shot. Now, Colt McCoy is the big question. Is Colt McCoy gonna perform even close to what Daniel Jones would have done anyway? And isn't there a possibility? I don't know what the sources are saying. Is there a possibility that Daniel Jones plays?
I
Or
won't
he's
say
done.
that. No.
No, right?
He-
It's out. It's right out. It's out of there, right?
I mean, technically, yeah, but you know what Bill Belichick used to do, where he wouldn't give it away until the day of the game. I think
Right.
the Giants are doing the same thing.
Mhm.
Daniel Jones ain't gonna play. I think Colt McCoy's going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna rotate it back to Mike, but real quick, shout out to Ethan. Apparently, we are birthday bros. Happy birthday, Ethan. Mike. So yeah, what did you really see in this Seattle game, man? Now that you got a little bit of insight from the other two guys right here.
Hold on. First, I want to say that remember when all them Eagles fans were insulted that Doug Peterson wasn't in the top 10 or top 5 of
Yeah,
that coach's
I remember that. Yeah.
list?
They're quiet now, Mike. They're quiet now.
They were talking about junior. They
Yep.
were talking about junior varsity. They weren't talking about the NFL. They couldn't have been talking about the NFL, Mike. He's horrible.
Yeah.
He's horrible.
Yeah.
I told him during the stream last night. Authentics in the chat. We did the stream together. I said I'm so happy that he's the coach. They should make a second statue of him, and it should just be him holding up 2 because they never kick extra points. And they missed the extra point last night. And the first thing that popped in my head was
when they did kick an extra point, I forgot what touchdown it was. I was on my Discord, and one of my subs told me, "Yo, Doug really thought long and hard about making that extra point decision."
Yeah, and I said the reason they missed the extra point is because the kicker's not used to it. It's like when you go driving, you never get it. You never get any practice. They don't kick extra points. That's why he missed it.
Well, you know what? He's been struggling all year. I wondered if that's a reason why he goes for 2 so much.
I don't know. I think Doug Peterson would go for 2 in a tie game with no time left in the fourth quarter. Like I legitimately feel that way.
He was.
He's like, overtime, screw overtime.
So, Mike, then I gotta ask you because I've been saying this since I want to say last year. When I think, and let's be honest, a lot of us could have seen the Eagles were gonna collapse eventually. It's just a matter of wow, it's happened so fast. Yo, is that 2017 Super Bowl really a fluke? Because with each week that goes by, I'm like, man, that had to be a fluke.
I
think he had a great coaching staff. Go ahead, Mike.
You nailed it, entertainer. Because Frank Wright, as soon as they lost Frank Wright, it was all downhill. All downhill.
Yep,
that's very true.
And DiFilippo, they had a really good coaching staff there.
Yep. And
wait, where did DiFilippo go, by the way?
Can't remember. I know he left the Eagles.
I think he went to Minnesota.
Yeah, okay. I think he did. Yes, he did go to Minnesota.
Yeah, but then I think he's on Jacksonville now because he got fired from
Minnesota. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
I think he's in Jacksonville now.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But I'm not sure.
I want to say Jacksonville has an interesting coordinator set there. Jay Gruden at offensive and DiFilippo at defensive. I know Jacksonville is pretty trash right now, but that's going to be interesting to look out for in the future. Mike, any last thoughts before I get you off here, man? Once again, thank you so much for the support, man. You're a great dude.
No problem. I just want to say sub up the hub, Kidblue, the entertainer, you crazy lunatic.
Mike, man, thank you for coming on, Mike, man. I always love talking to you, buddy.
No problem.
Love you, Mike. You're a bro, man.
We love you, man.
Love you too, man.
Next up, we got Bron the Go. If I'm not mistaken, Bron the Go is Jaden Dawkins in the chat. Speaking of which, under this shirt, I have a LeBron shirt on because I am a big LeBron fan. What is up, Bron the Go?
Man, you can't have a LeBron shirt on with the Saquon jersey on. Get that off your body, man. What are you doing?
You say that as Jaden Dawkins comes in, man. You can't.
What up, Jaden?
Jaden thinks Bron's the go, and you got a big LeBron fan here, man. Listen, I will wear LeBron's shirt, man.
Guess what? We all LeBron fans here.
What's going on, man?
Nothing.
So hold on. Let's talk a little hoops real quick.
Yeah.
You guys think LeBron James is the greatest basketball player who ever lived?
I said he's my favorite. I say he's the GOAT.
No. For the GOAT, it's definitely Michael Jordan. It's not
Okay,
Bro,
well,
you
because
just
your name
have
is.
Bron the GOAT in your damn name.
It says
man.
Bron
Guess
the
what?
GOAT.
Guess what? In this era, he's the GOAT for this era.
Well, in this era, I
You
got
gotta put
ready
that in the
for this.
title. Put that in the title. In this era.
No, I'll say this. I don't think there could legitimately be a GOAT of all basketball. I think you
I
would
think
have to
LeBron's
go by
the
era.
second. LeBron's the second greatest ever, and he's the best in his era. I agree with that.
Mhm.
Okay,
But here's what I always say when I'm talking Jordan and LeBron, because there's like a huge debate. Jordan dominated his era a lot more than LeBron dominated his. So Jordan's the GOAT.
I would definitely agree with you there. If
There.
LeBron didn't have way tougher competition than MJ did. I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying Bron's the GOAT. I'm just saying he had a lot more competition.
wait,
this era.
hold up. This is where I gotta come in at.
He played in the East most of his career. What do you mean?
Oh, Kidblue, and he dominated the East. Look, he leaves the East,
the
and the
East
East is
sucked.
trash again.
The East has always sucked, though.
Yo, bro, he dominated so much that people went from East to West when they got their contract years.
Kidblue, what? Did you know Kevin Durant had to blow a 3-1 lead to join Golden State to beat LeBron? Are y'all serious?
We're not-
Now, what's up, bro?
we ain't talking Snake. We ain't talking the Snake.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to talk. I think I want to say we're all Knicks fans. I don't know, Jen. Are you a Knicks fan?
No, nowhere close.
What are
happened?
you, Lakers fan?
No, I'm just a LeBron fan only. I'm
You're just a
not
LeBron fan.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
he
then.
follows you.
So
okay.
what happens when LeBron retires? What do you become a fan of another player? How does that work?
Well, if LeBron's son gets to NBA, I'm gonna be a fan of him. That's what happened.
That's-
LeBron's
I'm-
son.
I'm gonna keep it real with
He's
you. I
a
ain't never heard
groupie
that
for the
before.
family.
I ain't never heard that before.
He's gonna. I don't know. Yeah, he's gonna get on the Bronny bandwagon.
Hey, yo, all right. So, Jaden, what you trying to talk about then, man?
I don't know about this Bengals and Giants game. I said going to the game it was gonna be a very tight game. I just knew it all the way.
Mhm.
I hate the special teams.
Oh,
It was bad.
Well, I love the special teams in this game. I hated the special teams.
yeah.
Yeah. The special teams in this game was really bad, but
They-
I kind of think it's a fluke. I think it was bye week rust. I think they'll be fine next week.
Right. That was single-handedly one of the worst special team performances I've seen in a while. They single-handedly almost lost the game because the only I believe it was the only touchdown they scored in the first half alone, or the only touchdown.
The only
besides
touchdown they had until the last second to last drive.
Yeah.
And
So
the thing is, right? It wasn't just that blown special teams coverage that a lot of touchdown, bro. At the end of the game, when I tell you that special teams
Alex
gave me a heart attack,
Erickson. Oh my God,
they
that
almost
scared the
gave me
hell
a
out
heart
of me.
attack.
What
I thought the game was
what
over.
about the fake punt play on their own 22? We gave up the first down.
Exactly.
We got fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were really bad on special teams in that game. Horrible.
Mhm.
Dixon was bad. Dixon did a horrible job of punting throughout the whole game too.
Yeah, I don't
will-
know if that was a win situation. Was that a win
No,
situation?
I
'Cause
think
that
it's
was
this, right? I really think it's this. You notice when players come off of COVID, they usually take a while to recover. I think the best example of that was Cam Newton this year. When he came off the COVID list, he looked horrible his first game back.
that was
Now,
true,
obviously, it's
but
not a physical thing, but I guess somehow, some way, it does affect him.
maybe
I
a
wanna
little
say it's that.
rust.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
a little
want to say it's
rust.
that.
I
I
hope
don't
so. I hope so. But Graham Gano looked great. Graham Gano was actually still symptomatic in this game. There were reports on Graham Gano. He was still symptomatic in the game. He couldn't taste. He had everything that you could think of the COVID. He still was kicking field goals.
He don't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Listen.
Gano the GOAT.
He can
I
still
gotta-
he tastes victory. He
I
tastes
gotta
victory.
ask all three of y'all this, and I had Authentic on for that game. I asked him too. Which nickname does Graham Gano, is he rocking? Is it the Graham Slam? Is it Godfather Gano? Is it Graham the Goat Gano? Or is it
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi? Yeah.
I chose Obi-Wan.
I gotta go with that one.
Yeah, we all were. Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Jaden, which one would
man.
you go with, man?
I'm picking Godfather Gano. That's my personal favorite.
A lot of people go with the Godfather Gano because of the New York thing, and those two are definitely the top two.
I'm going Obi-Wan Kenobi, man.
That one's too good.
Yeah.
We got a question here from TD, right? He says, let's say we lose a defensive coach this offseason. Since Judge, I'm just going to say, I'm not bringing in Matt Patricia. I don't know about that.
What?
I'm not bringing in Matt Patricia.
Whoa. Wait, but bring Matt Patricia to do what exactly? What Patrick Graham doesn't need an assistant like Mark Colombo did.
No. I think what his question is, what if Patrick Graham gets
what if
a
Patrick
head
Graham
coaching job?
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's actually on the candidate list too. He's on the top candidate list right now.
Yeah.
I would not bring in Matt Patricia. First of all, Matt Patricia would probably switch the scheme up. He's more of a 4-3 guy. I know he's hybrid in that New England defense going on, but he's more so a 4-3 guy. We'd have to switch it up again. I'm not doing that.
We just can't let Patrick Graham leave under any circumstances.
Right. He needs to stay.
He needs to stay. He can't leave. He's been too good.
He's got to be our Bill Belichick in the 1980s.
Yeah.
Stay as long as you can, please.
Jay, what do you think about Patrick Graham, man? Is he going to stay? I mean, he's definitely going to get a couple offers.
No, I definitely want him to stay. The way our defense been playing is top 10 this year. You got to keep him. There's no choice.
Well, but he may want to leave. Like, if somebody offers him head coach, we can't control that.
Nah, he wants to be part of the culture. We're going to force him.
I was going to ask you guys, how much of a chance do you think Graham says, nah, I built this, I want to continue to build this and see it finished?
I think some of it may come down to, like, the potential jobs that are available, too.
Right.
If there's not, like, a really attractive job, maybe he sticks around another year and he keeps, like you said, keeps building what he's been building. But at the end of the day, it's a business. It's the NFL. And when you get, most coaches, their ultimate goal is to become a head coach.
Right.
So if he gets that opportunity, he's probably going to take it.
Don't want to miss it. I mean, right now, what are his options right now? Detroit, Atlanta,
Jets.
Jets. Oh God, stay away, please. I would hate to see Patrick Graham wear that damn green, man. I would hate it.
Wait, who's the Broncos head coach?
He's gone too. Fangio gone.
What about
Vic Fangio is gone.
Houston's gonna have a job, right?
Houston has a job open right now.
Yeah. So
Houston's actually a favorable place to go. Houston's a nice place to go.
The only thing that's favorable about Houston would be Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I mean Deshaun Watson. Yeah, and they have some pieces on defense he could work with. They're not entirely bad over there, and they got some.
I'm gonna give you another one. I legitimately think Peterson could get fired with the Eagles.
Let me go to Jaden first, man.
Please don't go to Philadelphia.
Before you say anything, Kidblue, what do you think about how Doug Peterson has been this year, Jaden Dawkins and the Eagles?
I personally thought he didn't manage the team right. The way the team's been playing this year. Look, personally, against Seattle, I know Seattle defense trash and all that. I personally thought Philly was trash on offense because Carson Wentz he had like a lot of overthrow throws. Like wide receivers getting open, he couldn't just hit them. So when Jalen Hurts came in, he got a completion before Carson Wentz. You probably should have kept him there, but I don't know. I think Doug Peterson's getting fired to me.
I saw Tainah was tweeting earlier. He has to get fired today, right? So when do you guys think he is going to get fired?
I was checking my notifications every 20 minutes to see if he was fired. He's still not fired, apparently.
Oh, I mean, I would vote for him coach of the year so he could stay.
I'm gonna give him give him a 10-year extension.
Yeah, like that. We wanted Garrett to stay in Dallas. I mean, he's with us now, but I mean,
you can't fire a guy that you just gave a statue to. Keep him around.
Exactly. I mean, what are you gonna do? Tear down the statue?
Keep him around. Come on. He's been great.
He helped you guys win the 2000 your only Super Bowl.
Your only Super Bowl, right?
Philly Notion holding out to his only Super Bowl championship.
I've had Eagles fans tell me that Doug Peterson was the greatest coach in their history, even though they've had Andy Reid before. And I was like, man,
Reid. Yeah, they hate Andy Reid because he always made it to the championship. But hey, he's making it to the championship at least.
Exactly.
Constantly.
Andy Reid is 300 times the coach that Doug Peterson.
Right.
Literally, all Andy Reid needed for his resume was just that Super Bowl title. Right. And now he might go back to back.
Yeah. Yeah, he's second greatest coach I've ever seen. Is Andy
one of the best offensive minds I've ever seen in ever watching football. And he's always consistent, always.
Yeah. He's second. He's that high for you, Chris?
I was always a huge Andy Reid guy.
So you would have him against
Belichick one that I've seen.
You would have him over Walsh and Parcells?
I didn't see Walsh.
You're saying
that we've seen. Yeah.
I saw Parcells, but I didn't see Parcells with the Giants. I saw Parcells with the Jets. I saw Parcells with the Patriots, with Dallas. I didn't get to see him with the Giants too much. So
this man was with like every relative rival we have.
but to me, Andy Reid, I always thought was so underrated, and it was because he didn't have a Super Bowl, and then he finally got it. But you look at his career record. The guy's had I think he's only had one losing season in his whole career, and he came to Kansas City after all the great years he had with Philadelphia, which I was so happy. Maybe he's had 2 losing seasons. I was so happy when they fired him. And then he goes to Kansas City. They won 5 games the year before he got there. and then he wins like 9, 11, 12, 12, 12, 12. He's unbelievable. Andy Reid's phenomenal.
One of the greatest offensive minds the NFL will ever see, man. I'm telling you right now. You just look at his not only his winning record, just look at his offensive record. Just like look at the offensive statistics throughout the years he's been coaching in the NFL. And back when he started coaching in the NFL, it was a different game back then. It wasn't as pass happy as it is now. He's still been consistent. He adapted with everything. And dude, Andy Reid, man. If we didn't have Joe Judge, man, I would have loved to have Andy Reid here. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much.
Andy Reid's insane, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah, sure.
For y'all though. Going into Seattle, right? What is Daniel Jones' chances of playing in that game?
0.
Yeah.
Slim to none. Slim to none.
Even if he is cleared, I'm still sitting him out just so that he could have extra rest and healing, man.
The media is kind of blue balling us a little bit, and they're kind of like, and quite literally too, they're blue balling us on this because they're kind of hinting, oh, Jones might play, Jones might not, and it looks pretty bad. Jordan Renan says, but yet he might just miss a game. So we don't know what to think right now, but I think odds are he's probably not going to play this game. Let's hope he's ready for the next coming stretch, man, because I think we'll be okay if we drop this game. I'm going to be making a video about it soon, but with Seattle, I think we'll be okay if we drop this game. It would just be nice if we actually won this game because Washington faces the Steelers, Philly faces Green Bay, and Dallas faces Baltimore. Now, if Baltimore and the Steelers are, up to full strength, I mean, the whole NFC East could lose, and we will still be in first place. So it's looking good for the Giants if the opponents.
It's more about them losing this week than
us winning.
Yeah, I mean, if we win though, I mean,
it would be nice.
If we win this week, I think it pretty much close to guarantees that the last week of the season we will have the opportunity to make the playoffs with a win. If we win this week,
right?
At least I feel that way based on the schedule of the other teams, but. We're probably not going to win, but I hope we do. I think we can keep it close, though. I really do. I think we'll be able to keep it close.
I hope we do. And we kept it close a lot in this whole season, but then in the fourth quarter we kind of let it slip away. If the Giants can find a way to keep it close throughout the entire game and possibly win just by 1 or 2 points with a field goal, I mean, I think that's probably the best scenario we could hope for against Seattle. But I think it is possible. I really do think it is possible. It's all about the defense, how well the defense can play, and if Colt McCoy can keep up.
It's about the ground game too. Right. I mean, the Giants have to be able to keep grounding and pounding like that. They had 42 carries this week. You do that again. If you run 40 times against any team, you have an opportunity to win.
Exactly.
So you got to. If they could run the ball effectively, they'll have an opportunity to beat Seattle.
Right.
Jaden, any thoughts before I get you off here, man? Once again, thank you for tuning in, man. Jaden Dawkins is like the first or second person in all my streams all the time, man.
Yeah, and I always type first because I got to be there first.
He always says the champ is here, too. He said it so many times, it's ingrained in my mind.
Yeah, also, yesterday it was Kidblue's birthday. I decided he could be some type of a Giants fan again. Because I always call him.
Yeah, he awarded me being a Giants fan again, so I thank you, Jaden. And it's also very nice to talk to you.
Because if the Giants lose 2 games in a row, I gotta drive him to the airport, and because his plane ticket's going to Dallas, so
plane ticket's going to Dallas.
All right, plane ticket's going to Dallas.
Listen, I will say this, Jaden. I did stream without Kidblue again, and we did win again. So I mean, the streak continues.
Listen, every week and that happens. We keep winning.
Listen, Tainah, if you don't know the whole theory going around, every game I have to work for, and I have to go to work for, and I have to miss the game to stream it. Every game so far we've won. So I've had to listen on the radio while we win games and not celebrate. But every time I do stream a game, we lose.
I'm gonna do you one. I'm gonna do you one better. I've worn this hoodie for all 3 Giants wins.
Just keep wearing it.
And I've worn this hoodie for streaming 2 Eagles losses.
Yep. So you've got the luck. I've got the bad luck right here. You got the good luck. I got the bad luck.
You need to keep that thing pristine condition, man.
Oh, it doesn't come off. It doesn't come off.
I don't think I should watch a Giants game ever again. I probably watch a Giants game ever again. I just listen on the radio.
Yo, Jaden, thank you for coming on, man. It's been great, bro.
Hub.
Yeah.
Everybody, y'all could sub up to Hub, Kidblue, and Tainah Stream. I know saying he do the stand up. I got one better. Everyone in the chat, y'all can sub up to the
Love it.
handles.
Well done. I got to start using that, Jaden. Well done.
Sub up. All right, peace, Jen. Next person I'm gonna have on is a young goat. I think he was actually introduced to us first by Tainah. He was on Tainah's stream.
Nate?
Shout out to Nate. Yep, Nate Talks Giants. What's up,
All
Nate?
right, all right.
What's up, y'all?
What's
How
going
you
on,
doing?
Nate?
Man, that's my first time talking to Nate. I
What's up,
believe it.
KB? How you doing?
What's going on, man? Doing well. Doing
Well,
well.
mostly I just want to come in and say happy birthday to Hub, man.
Thank
I
you,
don't
man.
even know. How old are you, man?
I'm now 20. 20.
All right, you're not that much older than me. You only
Yeah,
got 2 years.
My
that's
man's
why it's
two,
the young
two
guns.
decades. The 2 decades, man.
Well, the other thing I wanted to say is Nixon came on earlier. He's
Authentic.
and I think it's awesome. He's still recovering, and you can even still tell he's spitting fast. So big shout out to him. Just in terms of the Seahawks game, I think the key here without Jones and the game plan, I think, or the path to victory, whatever you want to call it, would have looked very different with Jones, obviously, as opposed to without him now. But at this point, I think Chris is hitting the nail on the head. The best thing we can do is make sure Metcalf doesn't get over the top, make sure Russ can extend that play, throw it deep, get over the top of our safeties. So it does come down to that bend, don't break, soft zone type defense. And the most important thing there is stay disciplined in your zones. And I bet Joe Judge is going to hammer that point home. On the offensive side of the ball, I mean, with Colt McCoy, we're not exactly going to be calling up some complicated offensive schemes here. I think we all know the game plan is going to be Wayne Gallman, then small Wayne Gallman. So Parrott should be coming back. Hopefully this offensive line is going to be at full strength. And if we want hope of winning this game, they're going to have to dominate that Seahawks front seven. The question is, do we think that on this play action, Colt McCoy can take advantage of the lack of discipline in Seattle's zones? Because that is what has been killing them all year. The lack of discipline, the missed assignments, the dumb mistakes. If Colt McCoy can see it, can pull the ball on play action and get 1 or 2 throws, just 1 or 2 good throws, that is enough to take the pressure off Gallman and hopefully get a big dub.
That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. I mean, in this game, like you said, and it's not much of a difference in the game plan than we have Jones in offensively. I mean, obviously Jones presents that X factor that he could run with the football a little bit better than Colt McCoy, and he's more of a threat in the passing game. But it's been a very similar strategy for the Giants the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's run the ball as much as you possibly can to try to set up that big play in the passing game. And the one thing that I think McCoy will have going for him in this game is Seattle's pass defense is the worst in football. They rank 32nd. They've given up, I think, 3,600 yards through the air. So if you can run that football effectively, I think McCoy could have an efficient game. And it's going to come down to in the trenches. The offensive line's going to have to keep doing what they've been doing. And people say that Seattle's going to stack the box, to which I say, yeah, but every team's been stacking the box. We've still been able to run the football. We're not averaging like 4 yards a carry, but we're consistently able to get 3-4 yards and been able to set up our quarterback in manageable situations. And if they could do that, you'll limit the turnovers and you'll give Colt McCoy's opportunities to extend drives. And even if you don't score touchdowns, chew up that clock. You've been killing it in the time of possession the last 4 weeks. We lead the NFL in time of possession the last 4 weeks. That's what we need to continue to do. We've run for over 100 yards 6 straight weeks. We need to make it 7. And if we do that, I think we'll at least have an opportunity if we could create a turnover or two to have a chance to win this game. Maybe Seattle has the sloppy special teams this week. Maybe we get to take advantage of it. You know, we're going to need some things to go our way, but I think we have a chance if we play fundamentally sound.
To clarify just real quick what I meant by a different game plan, I think the one thing that could have made this game real interesting, and I'm sad because this now without Jones could end up being a real drudge of a game, but what could have made this interesting is if you want to talk tactics a little bit here, you could have decided to, instead of playing soft zone, instead of playing conservative defense, you could have gotten aggressive with it just a little bit, not obviously like he was in Miami, but you could have gotten a little bit aggressive and sacrificed a couple of possible big plays for the opportunity to get a few more turnovers. And in that, you might have been able to give, if Jones was still there, a slight little bit of an edge in the upcoming shootout that would have been this game. The difference now is twofold. One being Jones isn't there. The other being the defense could possibly be in the same realm as these other teams that have gotten to Russell and gotten him a little frazzled, gotten him to press.
I'll tell you what, last night the Eagles, I was pleasantly surprised that the Eagles were actually getting to Russ quite a bit. That gave me faith that the Giants could get to him this week.
Here's the thing. Let's slow down a little bit because Kyler Fackrell is put on IR. We're going to be very thin at the edge, and then the interior is going to be very, very key to getting to Russell Wilson. But we got to remember, we should not get aggressive against Seattle just because of Russell Wilson is known to pick apart defenses.
Yeah,
I mean, the best of them. So if we send Darnay Holmes on the corner blitz, just know Russell is going to attack the slot where Darnay was coming from. That's just how smart Russell Wilson is. And Russell Wilson is very fast as well. So you get Leonard Williams to get to Russell Wilson. I mean, I'd take Wilson's legs over Leonard Williams' leg all day. So we should definitely stay a little conservative. And you brought up a great point as well. Keep everything in front of you. Don't let DK get ahead. The Giants' best tactic in this game defensively is to stay conservative. I know that's not the sexy thing to say, but I think you keep everything in front of you. Play those basic zones. Stick to your zones, as Nate just said. But stay conservative as far as pass rush goes. And yes, of course, incorporate the blitz every so often.
I was going to say, you have to be selectively aggressive.
Right. And Patrick Graham's been doing that throughout most of the year. Patrick Graham has not nearly blitzed the quarterback as much as James Betcher has. And the production is, just flip-flopped as far as getting to the quarterback. So Patrick Graham knows how to get to the quarterback. I don't think we necessarily need to send the house and get aggressive in order to get some pressure. But you made a lot of great points there, Nate.
So I just want to say real quick, shout out to Mike Nixon for the $5 super chat. Thank you once again, Mike. Member alert as well. He said, Hub, KB, Tainah, and Nate, I'm out. Everyone sub up Nate. He's a great up-and-coming YouTuber for sure. I saw Joseph Balby dropping the link a couple times. Go over there and give this man your support.
We love you, Mike. We love you, man.
So, I just want to say real quick, when I said you could have gotten a little more aggressive if Jones was still there, I didn't mean blitz at a high rate. I meant get aggressive relative to what we are going to end up doing now without Jones. Because obviously when your offense is better, that's going to help your defense have a little more of an opportunity to get aggressive and try and put pressure and widen the gap. So I just meant relative to what we're going to end up doing. And I did want to say one more thing before I get kicked off for talking too much.
It's all right, man. I was going to give you a couple more things.
So about the whole Patrick Graham thing, I think I first off, I'm not worried about it after this year. I think we should start to be a little worried about it next year. I know there's a few good head coaching opportunities, but he's a first-year coordinator. I think he does, to a certain extent, want to build up his resume here with the Giants. And I want to just indulge myself in my Saban Belichick nerddom. I have rapidly become a Belichick-Saban nerd since studying up on Joe Judge. And one thing that I remember from early Saban Belichick days, way back in Cleveland, is that Saban was just like Belichick, an up-and-comer in the league. He was just starting to make a name for himself. Now, Belichick was the up-and-comer in the NFL. He got his start there as the D coordinator, obviously. Saban was still in college, and he was with this small program. God, I want to get the college right. It might have been Kent State, somewhere real small. It was, I think, in the MAC maybe. And the thing is, he got offers from a lot of big colleges. A lot of Power 5 colleges were knocking on his door after his first season with Kent State, where he took them to an undefeated record. And he wasn't going anywhere. The only reason he left to go to coach in Cleveland, and this was quoted, was because Bill Belichick was there and because he had a personal relationship with him. Yeah. So I think that's sort of the example I'm going to here of these coordinators have pride in what they do, and they have pride in what they build. They have pride in the legacy they leave. They build attachments to their teams. They build attachments to where they live. All these things kind of just compound. And I think at some point, he's going to get too attractive and offer to turn down. But after the first year, I'm not super worried.
I hope not.
I completely agree with you, Nate.
Let's talk about Houston for a second. That is the definition of a sinking ship. They got some guys on offensive line specifically and on the defense. They're getting paid a little bit of ridiculous money. He's got no picks this year. I think he's missing a pick next year too. The Bill O'Brien effects are still going to be felt for quite some time. And I don't really think that's a place where an up-and-coming coach is going to try and build a reputation for himself. Then you talk about the Jets. Maybe maybe.
I'm gonna tell you what, Nate.
Trevor Lawrence.
I'm gonna tell you what, Nate. If I was a coach or a potential head coach, I think the Jets are actually a really attractive destination because
Just for Lawrence. Just for Lawrence.
Well, you're gonna get Lawrence, and you also have all those draft picks you got for Jamal Adams. So they have a ton of first-round draft picks. They're going to have Trevor Lawrence. They have cap space. They actually have an improving offensive line. As bad as the Jets are, I think it's actually one of the more attractive destinations because you get Trevor Lawrence. Like you said,
I will say one of the reasons it is one of the more attractive ones is because when you compare it to the other ones.
Well, the other ones,
like,
the other ones, and the other thing I wanted to bring up about this game, don't be surprised at all in this game because we saw Joe Judge. I forgot who it was against. We saw Joe Judge try a fake field goal that should have been a touchdown. Cowboys game. Yeah, where it got called back.
Yes. Oh,
Don't
God.
be surprised in this game without Daniel Jones if he tries something like that. Whether it's a surprise onside kick, whether it's a fake punt, a fake field goal. Don't be surprised if Joe Judge tries something like that.
You know what? That's a good point to bring up because it's been a while. When's the last time we've had any special teams, attempt at a trick play? I think it's been maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4.
If they were ever going to do it, this would be the week because no Jones, you need to be able to create extra points and extra opportunities.
In this Bengals game that we just had, you know damn well why when it was close and when we weren't able to generate anything with McCoy, you know damn well he would have loved to go to that special teams well if that special teams unit was doing its job.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason you didn't see that for exactly the same reason you're talking about with Seattle, I think the reason you didn't see it is because he didn't have that confidence that week that they were going to perform. You can chalk it up to bye week rust, whatever you want to say it was, but I think he's smart enough to have the awareness of his team to know that wasn't the move. He just had to ride it out with the defense, and luckily it worked out. In terms of the Seattle game, we can get back to that in 1 second, but I don't want to miss my opportunity to rant about Doug Peterson.
Oh, bro, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Listen, man, it is delicious what's going on in Philly right now.
That's the perfect word, Nate. That is the perfect word.
We've put up with so much crap from these Philly fans, so much arrogance. And the worst part about it, let me tell you what the worst part about the Philly fans is. They don't know what they're talking about. If like say Chiefs fans talk as much crap as Philly fans did, then it's like fine, you're good, you have a right to. Philly was never good. In 2017, when they won their only Super Bowl, right? They were a decently talented team that got good matchups and were underestimated every step of the way. And Nick Foles played, I think, 3 Nick Foleses above his head. Yeah. So they were not good then. Then when all that talent either got injured, retired, or left, they were worse in 2018. Last year, they were barely treading water. And now Carson Wentz has sucked. There is no other word for it. We all know he has been terrible. It has been remarkably fun to watch. And I don't know if all y'all caught that Brett Coleman video talking about it.
I have to watch it. I've seen it.
Brett Coleman video I've ever watched in my life.
I've got to watch it.
We need a new nickname for Carson because I've been calling him Wheelchair Wentz, but he's healthy and he's doing terrible. I need a new nickname for him, man. I need somebody to come up with something.
I like that one. Someone came up with that.
Which one?
Carson Winston.
Carson Winston.
Opening up in Philly.
All right, for sure.
Just the fact that his problems aren't with the team around him is so wonderful. That is the best way it could have possibly happened. Because specifically, I'm going to call someone out here. Bigger Mike, one of the best supporters out here. He's a sub to just about everyone. He was out here before the season saying, well, yeah, the cap's bad, but we'll never be a bad team with Carson Wentz.
Yo, I just want to say, by the way, Nate, Philly fans underplayed the cap situation so much. They say the cap is bad. Negative $60 million in cap isn't bad. It's like
that is historic. That is historic.
It is terrible. It is like
now get this part. Terrible. Now get this part. They were like, okay, we'll worry about the cap situation when the time comes. We'll just focus on this season. Now you suck, right? And now you have to go into this offseason with negative $60 million in cap. Any Eagles fans in here, this is not the only year you're gonna be this bad. Yep. It's gonna be a while.
To put their cap situation in perspective, it's like going to the most expensive school in the country, Harvard, racking up tons of student debt and not getting a degree. Like they're like $200,000 in student debt and they didn't even get a degree out of it.
That's
like
amazing.
They got the books. Screwed. They got the books, the nice computer, with the tuition and all that stuff. They got everything. And
I'd say they got the degree, but no job. because you could probably say the degree was that one championship, but they ain't got any job out of it.
Yeah.
By the way, just to bring this back real quick, I've talked smack about just about everything on the Eagles except Doug Peterson, and that's who I wanted to get in on first. So Carson Wentz, right, has been so bad, and the problem with the Eagles isn't just that he's sucked, it's that Doug Peterson is making it tangibly worse. Carson Wentz's problems, you can very clearly see them on film. Again, if you haven't watched it, everyone in chat, go check out that Brett Coleman video. He breaks it down beautifully. These technique problems, these problems with the hero ball and the poor decision making, all of this could maybe not fixed, but it could be made so much better by good play calling. And it's not just the stuff that we can already see. And by the way, there's a serious problem when we don't even need the analysts to know that he's got a serious play calling issue. It's not just the dumb analytical and serious sarcastic quotation marks around that word.
Yeah.
Not just the dumb analytics stuff. It's the play calling itself in situational moments with the actual play call. He's calling plays that are exacerbating Wentz's problems. His problems are throwing out to the out routes. He's late and he's missing because of his technique. He's missing because of his mechanics. And he's calling more of that. He's calling plays with deep shots that Wentz can't come off of. And he's doing it in critical situations when there's no reason for him to. And I'm ranting about this just because, there's a little bit of anger in here. And that's not because I don't love what's happening in Philly. It's because
it's the built-up years, man.
I'm not just a diehard Giants fan. I'm a diehard football fan. And this is disgusting football.
Their first drive last night. And keep in mind, you have a struggling quarterback. Everybody knows Carson Wentz is probably the worst quarterback in football right now, the way he's played the last 6 weeks or whatever it's been. Carson Wentz, they get a offsides penalty on the first drive, first play, 1st and 5. They didn't run the ball once. They do on first, second, and third down, 3 straight incompletions.
Let's see here. Miles Sanders, Carson Wentz.
By the way,
5. Who are we giving the ball to right now? How many interceptions has Carson Wentz thrown in the last 5 games? You know what? It doesn't matter. Just throw it. That's the Doug Peterson way, baby.
You know what's funny? That 1st and 5, right? Who would you give the ball to? I don't know. Maybe you give it to the running back who's averaging 6 yards a carry right now. He's averaging more yards than the 1st and 5 you had.
Miles Sanders is criminally underused by the Eagles, man.
Yeah.
And I do got to say, though, Nate, I got to switch you out soon here, man. So what's your last thoughts on it, though? Don't need to apologize. I just got people in the waiting room.
Totally. I mean, Giants making the playoffs this year. We all know. We all see it. Question is, do we think we can match up well with the team we get? If we get lucky, we'll get the Bucks or the Cardinals, I think. I'd love to see one of those two teams. Cardinals, like Tainah has pointed out, have been inconsistent as fuck. They can't get anything going. The offense isn't working like it should. And man, has Isaiah Simmons been playing some dumb football. I heard today in my stream.
Wait, Nate! I thought he was the next Lawrence Taylor.
We will get to this in a moment. So Isaiah Simmons, apparently, this is what I've heard. Apparently, he's trying to play as a middle linebacker now, which is the one position on the defense he shouldn't have been playing, outside of course, the defensive line. But what is that happening there? Are the Cardinals just not seeing this? Where was the strength and conditioning coach? Apparently, he bulked up a ton just to be able to be like that physical Mike linebacker role. Where was the coaching here? But so I'd love to see the Cardinals. I'd love to see the Bucks, just because we all remember that game.
I want to see the Bucks. I want the Bucks
in every position except quarterback. Mm-hmm. And if Jones is back, and if he's playing like he's been playing the last few weeks, we are going to win that game. Tom Brady cannot hook up with Mike Evans. I don't know why. He was able to establish chemistry much faster with much worse receivers, but he can't get it going. There's some sort of problem with him and Arians, so that's not going to end up being a real issue. It's going to be tough, but it's not going to be unbeatable like we all thought it would be.
I want to see the Bucks.
Populated.
Mm-hmm. I want to see the Bucks.
Same.
Yo, Nate, man, thank you for coming on as usual. Yo, I see that Joseph dropped your link there a couple of times. Listen, guys, go over to Nate. Sum up. He's already had a couple of, I don't know why he's doing it, but he already had a couple of draft stuff out there. I listen, man, we talking playoffs or we talking draft? Come on now. But thank you for coming on, man.
We got time. Giants football is life, man.
Hey, thank you, man. Amazing Giants fan.
I want to say, Nate is. If you guys have not subscribed to Nate, go over there and do it.
Yeah.
He's been a great supporter of my channel for a long time. He's a great kid, very well informed, very educational. He's only going to get much bigger. So go over there, check him out. Nate, thanks for coming on, man. Great conversation.
Appreciate you, Chris.
Yeah.
Next
And
person up. Oh yeah, what's up?
just shouting out our guy Authentic. He just shared the stream on Twitter. So shout out to you, Authentic. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, Authentic. Next up, I'm just gonna give you guys a rundown. Who's up next? I got Wolves, then Bobby Woodruff, then Logan's Gaming, David AV, Joe Yaddo.
We got Bobby Woodruff.
We got Bobby.
Yeah. Everybody in the chat, say hi, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
Say hello to Bobby. He's gonna be on
Bobby.
right after this dude right here. What up, Wolves? I see you got.
What up, Bobby? Also, can I turn off my camera? I swear I'm not Johnny Sins, Tainah.
You swear?
It's not my channel. It's not my channel, Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, first of all, hi, Bobby. Second of all, happy birthday, Coach. Happy belated, the closeted Dallas fan here.
Oh what up, Wolves? What up, man? It's pleasure talking to you, man.
Pleasure talking to you too, mate. I lost my train of thought because of all the awesome stuff that was happening.
Hi, man.
Seattle. Tainah, you literally stole my talking point. I was thinking Judge has to pull off some weird special team stuff if he expects to win this game because, I mean, Colt McCoy is not Daniel Jones. I mean, we all know that. And actually, speaking of Daniel Jones, I want teams to think he's like this mediocre game manager. I don't want them to think that he's a threat because they'll underestimate him and then he'll absolutely torch them and embarrass them and the Giants will get like big dubs.
Yeah, I like that.
No,
so,
but
to all the Eagles fans.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
To all the Eagles fans out there, Daniel Jones is just another quarterback. He's not like this greatest quarterback in history.
Daniel Jones is check down Poppy.
Check down Poppy.
No, but I was thinking about it as we were talking. I think that's what I actually almost expect the Giants to do something like that in this game. It has to be the right situation. It has to be the right opportunity. But realistically speaking, the only way they have a real shot to win this game is probably to try to do things like that. I think they'll pick their spot, but I think if the right opportunity presents itself, they're going to do something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And also the Giants should buy the Doug Peterson statue if the Giants do end up making the playoffs.
The Giants should buy it.
Yo, listen,
I would donate money to do that.
I got to ask you, how long before you think that statue actually comes? I can't think that Philly actually keeps it up.
Okay, so where is this statue of is it in front of the link?
It's in front of the stadium.
It's with the Nick Foles one, right?
You know what? I would never, and that's funny, and Nick Foles getting one too. You know what? Don't take the statue down. I want it to stay there for the rest of Philly's franchise because that man's face that everybody loved for 1 year and hated for the rest. I want that to stay in Philly. I want that to be the best to ever happen to Philly with Doug Peterson. I love it. Please keep that statue.
And Nick Foles, by the way. Both of them.
And Nick Foles.
Well, Nick Foles is positive. There's no negatives with him because it's Nick Foles.
With the Eagles, at least, yes.
Yeah, the Eagles. They only know Nick Foles playing with the Eagles. They don't know Nick Foles playing with every other team.
Chiefs, Bears.
Yeah, Rams, Chiefs, Bears, Jacksonville. that lasted about a game.
Nick Foles got Nick Foles.
Yeah.
What a horrible contract that was. My God.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
How much was he getting paid?
You got like 25, over 20 million.
Like $23 million. Yeah. 4 years before.
You were live streaming before, and I wanted to address something with you, but I forgot what it was. So can you give a rundown of the stream so it could jog my memory a bit?
That was probably
I have a bad memory.
Can you jog the whole stream?
What are you talking? You talk about the one I did with Mike?
I'm talking just like generally what you talked about because there was something in that stream that I wanted to talk to you about, but I just have a terrible memory.
The one I did with Mike today, you mean?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I mean, we talked about the game against Cincinnati. I can't give you an hour and a half rundown. It would take me an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed.
It's all right, man.
How about we throw out a topic at you and let's see what's up. How you feel about this game against Seattle?
I'm nervous because I feel like it's just the Giants' history of like breaking your heart in the end. Like it'll be like a 10-7 game, 13-10. Then Seattle's gonna run away and win like 34-10. At the end.
That's how I see. Yeah.
That kind of reminds me a little bit of how the Bucs game went. Now we kept the Bucs game close, but that was a heartbreaker.
I really don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I really don't.
Yeah. Well,
with Colt
considering
McCoy, I don't know.
Yeah, with Colt McCoy, the reason why it's going to be like a blowout in the end is because the defense is just going to be so gassed. Because
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I think
Colt McCoy. I hate dabbing on Colt McCoy just because I was so grateful when the Giants signed him, but at the same time, you got to remember it's Colt McCoy. I mean, he's a backup for a reason.
Oh yeah, he's not going to carry the team, but I think we'll keep it close. I really do. I don't see like a 20-point loss. I think we'll keep this relatively close.
I honestly think if Jones played, like forget about the injury, if Jones played, this would be the perfect opportunity for him to really show what he's got. He's going to be going against the worst pass defense in NFL history. I mean, they're on pace for it already.
Touchdowns, he'll tear his hamstring instead of just.
And Daniel Jones would have had a really good game and probably would have given him that boost, that morale boost going into the final stretch of these games. As far as Colt McCoy goes, he needs to take advantage of that opportunity, man. We were just talking about the pass defense that Seattle has. I mean, we have to run the ball, and then hit one for Darius Slayton. Let's see if Colt McCoy can get a connection for Darius Slayton. I know Colt McCoy does not have the greatest arm. That's for sure. We've seen that. Right, Colt McCoy does not have the greatest arm, but we're talking about a terrible pass defense. I'm pretty sure you can get a little crazy and not have to suffer the consequences. So
we also have to make sure Darius doesn't stumble. Because remember that
we gotta make sure he's healthy. Yeah, we gotta make sure he's healthy.
I want to bring that up, by the way. We had She Got Sports on a KB stream, I believe it was a couple nights ago, and she brought up something. Now we all know LPG. LPG is a great dude. He's been on multiple Giants channels. Awesome dude. He was at the game, and usually whenever LPG is at the game, he has the best seats. He says that he saw Darius Slayton stumble during that run. And then it's possible Slayton might be injured. And I think there was a report that came out afterward that he maybe bruised up a little bit. What do you guys think about that? Because Slayton was injured earlier in the year. Do you think that?
I don't think if Slayton was buzzed up, Judge gave him the biggest punishment, worse than Cam Fleming. Like Slayton probably was forced to run a whole bunch of laps. I mean, if he was buzzed up.
Yeah, I don't know. Slayton wasn't involved at all in that game after that throw, so maybe he was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He literally, I think, 1 or 2 targets for the entire game.
Did he show up on the injury report? Let's check that out.
You could bring it up right now, see if he showed up on the injury report.
I don't think he did.
And also, KB is happy that the Ravens are going to get a short rest, because he's a Dallas fan, so.
Whatever.
Listen, I just want to say Kidblue has never panned his camera over to show us his closet behind him.
I'm not gonna do it, man. It's gonna sell me. It's gonna sell me out.
Tell me right now, Chris. Tell me right now. I see blue and white. I don't see any Giants red in there. I see Dallas blue.
You also don't see any Dallas silver green in here either. So
I mean that's kind of a silverish green.
These guys.
That could be Dallas blue.
Yeah, look at his table, man.
Dallas blue.
I don't know. Shout out to Giants.
I'm not showing my closet. Not doing it.
For the $5 super chat, thank you so much, Giants83. He says Seattle is not a juggernaut. I see a lot of Giants fans having no confidence going into this game. We will be in it in the fourth quarter. And before
I hope so.
Anybody else,
I give the Giants. If we are trailing by 6 points in the fourth quarter, by a maximum of 6 points in the fourth quarter, I think we have a real good shot of winning the game.
This is anything
more than a touchdown.
Me saying the Giants are going to get massacred, and I want to be humiliated. But if and when the Giants win, I want to be publicly humiliated on Tainah's stream when I said, clip me saying that Seattle's going to run away. And if and when the Giants win, Tainah, upload that clip and publicly humiliate me.
I will say this. Before Jones went down, I said that this will be very much like the Dallas game because it's our defense against their offense. It's still that, and I think that's why it's still going to be a closest game. It's literally going to be like Clash of the Titans, and this is taking KB's words. Clash of Titans when you see our defense versus their offense on the field, and then Clash of the Babies when you see our offense and their defense on the field.
Clash of the Toilets.
The way I look at it is we have no reason why we shouldn't be able to stick with this team. And I'm not saying win, but keep it relatively close because their defense is so bad against the pass that I do think Colt McCoy could have a decent game.
All right.
And our offensive line has played so good, I think we can establish a ground game. So, and we've been a really good red zone defense. So I do think we can play a bend but don't break approach and hold them to some field goals. I think it's going to be between 4 and 7 points. I'm going to pick Seattle, but I think we're going to have an opportunity in the fourth quarter to win.
Well, I think Tainah, on your stream before, you did say that Seattle was ranked like third in the run defense, and
third in the run defense, 32nd by a mile in the pass.
Oh yeah, that's what ultimately brings them down.
Oh yeah,
But
it's not even
also,
close.
but that's at the pass against wide receivers, not against tight ends.
I mean,
Then the guys saying
no,
like,
it's the pass
Seattle's
defense
doing
in
well
general.
against tight ends.
You talking about Seattle's pass defense? It's in general. Like if their pass defense was
3,700 yards, they've
yes,
done.
a quarterback. They're saying there's no NFL quarterback that had like Peyton Manning's season and Tom Brady's season. Like if there was a quarterback that just threw against Seattle, it would be outmatched any of those quarterbacks.
Right.
Real quick,
Right,
shout out to everybody in here, man.
On the stream, that guy,
Yeah.
he said he was checking fantasy, and like Seattle's defense was doing really well against the tight ends. Like I was only half listening. I was playing Modern Warfare before, so I might have missed something.
That's why you had the Xbox controller on. I just want to say shout out to everybody in here. We topped out at 144. That's amazing. We're still at 140 right now. Thank you all for tuning in, man. This is a great one right here. Now, you were saying Seattle's defense against the tight ends. Evan Ingram just had a monster game. How much of that you think is going to be repeated?
Well, considering how Seattle does against the tight ends, Evan Ingram is going to bring down Colt McCoy's stats, make it look like he has 2 interceptions, when in reality it was probably going to be just on Ingram. Like like the Ingram lost the game against Philly. By the way, we should have a winning record. But Ingram lost the game against Philly, so I wouldn't be surprised if he. Well, I hate playing the blame game, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did stuff that ultimately lost the Giants game here as well.
Ingram pisses me off so much because he's so good, but then he has that one ridiculously bad play every game.
Right. He's not clutch.
And that's
the best way to put it.
And it
He's
always
lucky we
makes
won this
Jones
game,
look
man.
worse. It always makes Jones look worse. I mean, the majority, I'd say 90%. Yes, that high of a percentage. 90% of Jones's mistakes came from an Evan Ingram target.
I think it was a fumble, I believe, against Philly or Tampa. Like Jones tried to like flick it to Ingram, and Ingram
No,
dropped
that was Chicago, bro. That was Chicago. That was like way early in the season.
Oh, really? That was Chicago?
Yeah. He it was a turnaround toss to Ingram. Ingram literally just fumbled it. And it counts as a fumble for Daniel because that's how little it touched Evan Ingram's hands. That's how little he got his hands on it.
Yeah,
and the game against Philly, Tainah was also talking about this on his stream. I think or with someone else, I don't remember. Y'all were talking about Jones hasn't like won us like by himself any games like this season.
Oh, I didn't say that. Yeah, somebody else said it, but yeah.
Yeah, I was like screaming in the chat, Dallas, Philly, because those games.
Well, the Philly game, the first Philly game, it was all him, and Ingram cost us the game at the end. But Jones was amazing in that game. He was great in that game.
I want to give a shout out to Hearthstone.
Get the interception, like, because that's Jones, like, but he played amazing in that game. Oh, speaking of the Philly game, where is Bad Dog showing quote unquote no emotion? Because as far as I could tell, he's showing emotion.
What do you mean?
Well, who said that?
After the Philly game, Bad Dog was all like, "Yeah, I'm not showing any more emotion for the Giants." Do you remember that?
Listen, before we get into that, let me get the super chat, right? Shout out to Hearthstone Media for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, my girl wouldn't let me get off the phone. Y'all got a spot for me, guys. G-Men, Young Guns Unite. Hearthstone, you're going to have to find a way to squeeze in here, man. There's a line. Thank you so much for the support. Go over there, check him out. I'm going to stay out of this one.
But I mean, I think he said he was like emotionless after the game or something like that, and then the next game he said he was done with Daniel Jones. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and he was just like railing against Daniel Jones, like worse than draft night.
That's Bad Dog, man. I don't know what to tell you. He's one day he's one way, the next day he's the other. He's an emotional guy.
Can you do me a favor? Throw your headphones just to relive that day.
Oh, actually do it. Oh wait, did you break those headphones by the way on draft night?
I did.
Yeah,
I had to get a new pair that week. I've broken 2 sets of headphones actually since I've been on YouTube. I think it was this year I broke I think it was a Giant game. Oh yeah, when I broke the beers on stream.
I don't know what stream this was.
Yeah. It was the what game was it? It was when they picked up the flag on the 2-point conversion when they called it a pass.
Get the Bucks.
Bay.
I guess the Bucks.
Yeah. I threw my headphones and smashed 2 beer bottles. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Were they full? Were they full of beer?
One had beer in it, the other didn't.
Oh,
Wolves,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to switch you out now, man. Thank you.
All right, he
coming
was
in.
asking
I'm gonna put
Last
KB
thought.
on the spotlight real quick.
Okay,
Remember,
go ahead.
KB, you were all like DK on during the OBJ trade. You were like DK Metcalf can't even run a dig route.
oh
Like
yeah.
you were railing against him.
Yeah, the OBJ trader also was talking crap about DK Metcalf. Like, what are we gonna do? Draft DK Metcalf? Probably should have.
I think we forget DK at one point was being mocked to us at 6th overall. That's how high he
Yeah,
was. He just did not go.
Yeah.
But thank
All
you
right,
for
thanks,
calling in, Wolves,
gang.
man.
Appreciate you, Wolves.
All right, Wolves.
Next up, we got Bobby Woodruff.
Uh-oh.
How you? Wait, did I add him? Yep, there he is. How you doing, Bobby?
We're in
Hi,
trouble.
guys. How you
We're in
doing?
trouble. What's up, Bobby?
Why are you in trouble? I want to wish you guys a happy birthday, you young.
Everybody, in the
How old
chat,
are you?
everybody in the chat, say hi to Bobby.
You say you're 20.
Yeah,
I'm 32 years older than you. How old are you, Kidblue?
I'm 23.
Oh my God, I'm an old freaking fart here.
nah, it's all right, bro.
And Entertainer, how old are you?
I'm 14.
You are no 14. Get out of my butt. I'm
Yeah.
not 14. I'm not 14.
Out of your butt?
Where are you in the hotel again?
Bobby, I don't want to go anywhere near you, bud.
Okay, forget it. Just drop that comment. Just erase that comment. It was crazy. You're not 14. How old are you?
14.
Okay. Where are you still at your hotel?
Yes, I am.
When is the wedding going to be on?
It's all wedding's over. I'm going back on Wednesday
Okay.
or
All
Thursday.
right, guys.
Thursday.
I
rather,
want to
Thursday.
talk football. And I remember that other chat we had with Nicole. She said that it'll talk football. Remember that chat?
Oh, you love Nicole, yeah.
Oh yes, I love Nicole. I do. She's beautiful. Okay, so I got a question for you guys. Do you think the Giants defense, like Chris said, should play the zone defense, right? Plus, do you think they should spy on Russell Wilson too? Have a spy fan?
I think they have to at certain points in the game. Yeah, I mean, you got to worry about his running ability.
Yeah.
If McKinney plays at all, maybe you could use him in that role in some capacity.
Yeah, I would put a spy on him too. Do this zone and spy on him. Because you know how that guy runs all over the place and we could catch him.
You got to worry about his legs, that's for sure. Really, really good runner, no doubt about it.
Oh
Yeah,
we
but
definitely get spy.
I think Colt McCoy will have a good game. I think the Giants will win this game.
You think the
Really?
Giants are going to win every game?
I think the Giants will win 24-17.
Well, I'll tell you what.
We
even
score a
if
whole
lose-
touchdown over them, huh?
Even if we lose, I think it's gonna be a close scoring game like that.
No,
Bobby,
I think we're gonna
Bobby, what got you so confident in Colt McCoy?
because he played good when he first started out. He was a good quarterback. But if we can't, if he doesn't throw a lot, we have a running back like the best. We don't have the best running back. He's great. What's his name?
Gallman.
Wayne Gallman.
Yeah, but he used to fumble the ball a lot. Remember that too.
Right.
He did. Not this year, though. And don't say
No,
that again.
this year I gotta agree because I said, "Oh, they'll put that guy in. He fumbles a lot." Well, I have to eat my crow for that. And eat the crow for that. He's doing excellent. Look at Kidblue. He thinks he's an actor.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Coach.
I'm just chilling here.
Coach Kidblue. Coach Kidblue.
What are you wearing, a robe?
Yeah, I got a robe on.
I don't take it off. Don't take it off.
No, I'm just showing you. It's color blue. I love blue. That's my name. I like the blue color.
All right.
What?
Bobby, I know this is kind of unrelated, but I want to
Yeah.
ask you, how do you feel? How is Alex Smith doing in Washington? Colt McCoy, Alex Smith used to play together on Washington, man.
Yeah, I know. Alex Smith got hurt, but he came back though.
Mm-hmm.
After 2 years, right?
Yeah, have you seen him play yet?
Who, Alex Smith?
Yeah.
No, not really. No.
Okay, then I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, man.
Well, I have faith in my Giants. I think they will win.
You said 24-17?
Yes.
But yeah, and I asked you this when you came on my channel the other day. You don't think they're losing another game this year?
No, I picked them to run the table.
And then you think they're going to go to the Super Bowl?
Maybe. If you, like you said, I want them to play Tom Brady first.
Okay.
We
I wanna see the
rule
Bucs.
Tom Brady. The Giants rule Tom Brady. The defense just got to smother him and sack his ass up. 8 times.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. Even when we lose, we own him. We owned him in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Last year when we played him, when he was still with New England, that was still a pretty good game
Yeah.
until the end.
Remember that year when Coach Coughlin wanted to not sit the players right at the Tainah?
Yeah, against the Patriots.
Yeah, we played great that game. We almost won that game, too.
I always say that's one of the most important games in Giants history.
Yes, that's true. I remember that. And I go way back. 80s. You guys don't go back too far. When I saw the first Super Bowl in '86 was Ajax. I was younger than both of you three put together. It was like 13. No, I was.
Wait,
no,
wait. You said you were younger than all of us put together. We were like 70.
No, I was 17.
Yeah, well, you're 14, Chris. So
I was 17. I was 17 when they won the Super Bowl.
All right.
Yeah, we had a great. That was a great year. Very nice.
You in a different room tonight, Bobby?
No, I just have everything. No, I think he switches it around. You have the.
No, you look like you're in a different room than normally.
No, I'm in my. I only have one room. Really, it's like a. What do you call that kind of room? Apartment.
Studio.
Yeah, like a studio apartment. Yeah, it's
Okay.
very small. I like it this way. I didn't like my old apartment. It's too big. On the 3rd floor, I'm on the 1st floor.
Good stuff.
Oh,
buddy.
you want to see somebody?
Seahawk?
Yeah.
His cat's name is Seahawk.
Yeah, his cat's named Seahawk.
You know who she loves?
Russell Wilson.
Christopher.
No, loves him some Chris.
She loves Chris. There's Seahawk. Everybody.
That's my first subscriber.
Really?
Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah,
We
Seahawk.
were the first one. We were like the first ones to subscribe to you.
Seahawk was my first subscriber on YouTube.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you like Seahawk? Guess how old she is now? Almost.
I'm gonna say 6.
No way. No more than that. She's like 15 almost.
Whoa, that's an old cat, man.
Well, I had a cat named Pumpkin. He was 17. So I love my cats. I take good care of my baby. See, she likes Christopher. She gets excited when she sees you, Christopher.
She get really excited, Chris.
Good
Yeah,
to know.
she is. She does.
Yeah. I believe
You had
it, man.
to see me on Cop Pizzle's channel. I was crazy that night, right?
You're always
Tainah.
crazy, Bobby. You're always crazy.
You ever see Did you see Cop Pizzle's channel the other night when I was on with Nicole?
I heard about it. I didn't get to see it yet.
You were on Nicole. You remember she picked me out of everybody.
Oh, you're
on-
talking about the night that I was there on the channel.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I heard you were on again after I wasn't on the channel.
Yeah, I was on there. Yeah, with a little while.
But yes, I was. Yes, you were trying to make your moves. I was there.
Yeah.
And then also she picked me out of everybody. You know, she picked me out of everybody who called in.
Hey, yo, Bobby, listen.
I know I talk
I'm
too
gonna have to
much.
switch it over, man.
I know I talk too much. I know that.
You don't talk too much. It's just that we got people lined up.
I know I'm from New York originally, so.
Okay.
I know your whole story. You're originally from Queens.
Vermont.
You went to
I was born in the Bronx.
Bronx. You went to Brooklyn.
Queens.
Queens.
I never lived in-
I'm sorry, Bronx.
Then
Queens,
New Hampshire.
Vermont. New Hampshire, then Vermont.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
All right, Bobby.
All
Be
right,
good.
thank you, Hub, for having me on. And Kidblue, you guys are great. And also my friend, the entertainer, stand up.
Thank you, Bobby.
You guys are awesome. You guys make me laugh. I'm 52 and
You
I'm
make
all
me
full.
laugh, Bobby. You're a lunatic.
Yeah.
I make cop pistols crack up the other night. You have to watch that one with Entertainer and Nicole. Oh, it was
For sure, man.
it's great. All right, I'll let you go and let everybody else talk. Talk to you soon.
All
All
right,
right, Bobby.
We
Later,
love Bobby in here. We all love Bobby. Yo, Kidblue is dying, bro.
Always
That laugh.
always an adventure with Bobby.
No,
Kidblue.
as soon as Bobby came in,
This man's dying, bro.
I love Bobby so much, man. It's that as soon as you came in, you could just cut the tension with a knife with Chris and Bobby. It was awesome. Oh my god, that was awesome.
I love
Shout out to the member in the chat word. Thank you for the greetings word. Hey man, Bobby is amazing. Okay. Next person we got up, and I'm gonna need to find out more between Bobby's cat and Chris. They had something going there. I think we all saw the chemistry going. I'm gonna need to find out more after the stream. You got any words to add to that? before I bring
Bobby,
the next
Bobby, you're
person?
awesome, man. I love you, man.
Bobby's
I
the
love
best.
you,
Bobby's
Yeah,
the best.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Logan. What's up, Logan? How you doing, man?
Hey
Welcome on.
guys, I'm dying right now.
You're
First
dying?
thing I'm going to ask you, Logan, how are you going to follow that up?
Dude, I'm in tears, Logan. So you gotta.
My stomach is killing me right now.
Oh, your stomach?
Yes,
Why?
I'm laughing so hard.
Oh,
I gotta.
you want to take a minute? I'll bring on the next person and bring you
No,
after.
I'm good.
Alright.
Alright.
I can't stop laughing because
Bro,
of Kid
is
Blue.
Kidblue
Yeah,
a member
Kidblue's
of the show
wheeze,
Jersey
bro.
Shore
It's-
dying right now?
It's the wheeze. He's like,
Oh my god.
Oh God, you guys don't know how hard I've been holding in my laugh the whole time. Oh,
One,
all right, I'm
two,
done. I
three.
promise.
1, 2. All right, I got
Woosah,
this.
woosah,
I got a
yeah,
couple
all right.
things.
Mhm.
Do you guys think? I've already decided. I think we're making the playoffs. But how far do you guys think we'd get in the playoffs?
I think we could get a game.
I think we're
Every-
going to get.
Yeah, every team, there's only been 2 that's made the playoffs with a losing record, has won a game. And I think the Giants are well matched up against whoever's going to be in the the 5th or 6th. I think we could get a game, but that's
As
it.
long as it's not the Saints. I don't think we'd beat the Saints.
Yeah,
but
I don't think we'd beat the Saints either.
any one of the other potential teams, I think we could beat.
KB, are you done laughing? You could answer.
Okay, what was the subject in question here?
How far could the Giants possibly make it in the playoffs?
If we're matched up with Tampa, I think we got a fair shot at Tampa, but I don't know if we make it past divisional. I don't know. I think we'll get. I think we'll make it past the wild card. Don't know if we make it past.
I think if Arizona's in the wild card, we would beat them. And for some reason, if we were in the divisional against Brady, I think that'd be a revenge game for us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, when it comes to Arizona, first we gotta first find out how we play against Arizona the first time. So we'll
that's
see how
true.
they,
That's true.
we'll
That's
see
true.
how we play them in the regular season, and then we'll kind of determine there.
And also, if we're
I'm going to give you guys a hot take right now. Arizona ain't making the playoffs.
really,
You know what? I don't think that's a hot
think-
take. because how
I would
competitive that division is.
agree. I would agree. They are less and less looking like a even with the
there's
17th
two
in place.
inconsistent.
Right.
There's inconsistent teams, and then there's Arizona inconsistent.
Like Arizona, it's not healthy for them to be that inconsistent in the West. Like the West is too competitive for them to be playing like that.
Yeah. And also, if we're top of our division making the playoffs, we're gonna be picking around 20. Would you just trade down for a bunch of second round picks?
I'm glad you brought this up because I have David next and then Joey Yaddo. Joey Yaddo brought this up in my Discord weeks ago. He's like, yeah, what if we just if we are picking in the 20s, what if we just get rid of our first round picks and stockpile a bunch of seconds and just fill in our needs? And I was like, that's not too bad of an idea. Like obviously you need to find a trade partner, but I wouldn't be too opposed to that. What about you guys?
I love my first round picks. I'm not gonna like gamble on second round picks because I mean, first round picks obviously the better talent is there. I know you could stockpile on the second rounders, but I'd probably stick with my firsts.
I'm gonna tell you what real quick. I would not be shocked at all if they did that because who is notorious for doing that?
Patriots.
Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Patriots.
Patriots.
They
do
did
that
it
a
every
lot.
year. They would trade
That's
down
because they're
every
only in the Super
single
Bowl every single year.
draft. So I would not be shocked at all if the right deal presents itself that the Giants do start to do that in drafts.
But have you, Kidblue, have you seen how many talented guys there are in the second round this year that probably won't be going first?
There's a
If we
good
could
amount.
stockpile.
Right, that happens every year, but at the same time, when you're in the second round, these are guys that were not chosen in the first round. Therefore, you probably don't have the better percentage that you're gonna hit on those draft picks. Now you have more of those draft picks, yes, but I'd probably still stick with my first and see what I can get. But I understand what you're saying. It's not a bad thing to do. It's just like depending on what you kind of favor. You favor quantity over quality, so you can really go back and forth on that.
But would you rather have one really good player out of the first round or a bunch of really decent players that fill in spots that need to be filled?
Well, it depends how decent they are, man, because they could be.
I'm going to tell you this year, and first off, it depends what we're picking. But this year, for this team, I want that big impact player. I think we need that because I think we got most of the holes filled. I think we have a pretty complete team, but we need those. We need like 2 impact players. We need one on offense, one on defense.
I want that impact wide receiver.
Logan, let me ask you something. Logan, let me ask you something. Say we do that, right? And this is not if your idea, and this is not a knock against it whatsoever. I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate a little bit. if Dave Gettleman were to do that, he would trade back, get rid of the first round stockpile and the second round picks. Let's say we acquire a couple of those picks, and let's just say one or two of those second round picks really work out. I mean, Dave Gettleman would be crucified for not using that first round pick instead he used those second round picks and it didn't work out, or those second or third round picks and it didn't work out, but he got rid of the first round pick. And let's say the majority of those first rounders worked out. You know what I'm saying? He would be crucified for that. For not getting that impact player in the first, instead, taking the risk of getting these second and third rounders and say they don't even work out.
But if you're taking we're probably going to be taking a round 20 if we're first in our division. Who are you taking?
I'm gonna have to see at that point.
You got to see. We don't even know who's going to be in the draft.
Right now, I'm thinking about picking 32. We're still in the Super Bowl race, buddy.
Yeah,
Logan, listen, bro.
That's true.
Logan, you know me, man. My channel came on the scene with my mock drafts. I'm gonna tell you what, I ain't started looking at any type of players yet, so it's gonna be, that tells you something, man. I usually look at players heavy when it comes to the draft. I haven't even done it yet because I'm so invested in this Giants season right now.
You're right.
I ain't giving up on the season yet, so yeah. I'm so used to they could draft around now because the team's been so out of it. But this year, I want to enjoy it. Like, as fans, I feel like we should all enjoy it because this hasn't been around in a long time. Like, let's enjoy it, guys. Like, let's see if we can do something here. Let's see if we can make the playoffs. So I'm not even thinking draft right now.
Mm-hmm. You got another one for us, Nate? Another question or another topic?
Yeah, I got just a few more questions. How do you guys feel about cutting or trading Evan Ingram?
Yo, listen, man. you speaking to the leader of the Evan Ingram hate train, man. Listen, but I will say this: as much as I hate Evan Ingram, I'm gonna let him stick and play out. We have him on for the 5th-year extension. I mean, we extended him. I'm gonna let him play it out. If they trade him during that time, I'm not gonna complain. I might throw a party. If we cut him, I might have something to say. But we have him on the 5th-year extension. Let him play the 5th-year extension.
He's here, and it's unfortunate, but he's here. He's like that guy at work that you hate, but you got to work with him. He kind of gets his work done. He messes up sometimes. He's just like, you don't like him, like, hey, what's up? So that's kind of like Evan Ingram is.
One of the things that makes me so mad about Evan Ingram, a few plays of the season, he mosses guys, and the other times he's just dropping balls left and right.
The best
it's so annoying.
Was just last week. The Bengals, man.
Yeah, last week.
That was probably the best catch I've ever seen him make.
50-yard reception, one play later, drops the ball.
Evan Ingram is so frustrating because you see how good the guy could be, and he just has lapses throughout the game.
Right, he could be a top tight end here, man.
Yeah, Authentic, by the way, is he's a big Evan Ingram guy, man. We kind of see a little bit of the opposite on that.
I don't know. Authentic, I don't know. He just said take the good with the bad. You see how he capitalized the bad? That means there's way more bad to Evan Ingram's game than good. When you've got how many interceptions because of Evan Ingram, drop passes, fumbles.
Here's my problem with Evan Ingram. A tight end should not cost you football games.
A tight end, yeah.
A tight end is supposed to save you football games.
Or whatever. Maybe be
or at least just be your safety blanket. I mean, they're not even supposed to have a huge impact on your team negatively or positively, And
what made me so mad, that catch that he made in the Washington game at Washington was harder than the one that he had to make in Philly.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You speak, at least to me, you speak in my language.
I just hope he puts it together because I do think he could be a great player. But
speaking of Philadelphia,
is
Doug Peterson calling plays from the air raid scheme in Madden 21?
He's calling plays from like the very first Madden game, bro.
Four verts.
Helen Keller would be a better play caller than Doug Peterson.
Yo, Stevie Wonder, bro. I know Stevie Wonder. Man. He could come in there, bro. He could work something.
Oh, he would be an all-time great play caller in Philly right now.
Did you guys? It's not just Carson Wentz not being coached well enough. Have you seen this dude's footwork?
I listen. I have not watched Carson Wentz tape.
I gotta watch the Brett Coleman. I gotta watch the Brett Coleman video, but I know he made a really.
I do want to ask though.
Have you seen how many times this guy missed receivers up the seam at least 5 to 10 times last night?
That interception in the end zone. What do you guys think happened there?
He missed.
Oh my god! It looked like a miscommunication in route.
Well, the first thing that happened there was Doug Peterson came up with the brilliant idea, went down 11 at the 15-yard line to go for it on 4th and 4.
Yeah, that was smart.
So that was the first really smart decision there. And then Wentz missed the guy by like 9 yards. Like, I don't know what he was doing. Like, it was horrible.
Oh man, yeah, it looked like a miscommunication route there.
How much were they down by when they went for it on 4th and 4?
They were down by 11 with 9 minutes. If they kick the field goal, it's a 1-possession game.
And they went for it.
It wasn't 4th and 1.
On 4th and 4.
4th and 4. On the 15. So it's a chip shot field goal.
That's stuff I do in Madden. What is Doug Peterson thinking?
Not Logan. That's what I do. You guys be seeing me playing Madden streams. It'd be terrible.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah. Logan, do you have a streaming gaming channel, by the way? I remember you might mention that way earlier.
No, I was thinking about starting one, but I never did.
You never did. All right, man. Listen, man, thank you for coming on. If you ever do, let me know, bro. We gonna shout you out, bro. Thank you for coming on. Any last thoughts, man?
No, I'm good. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you, bro. Have a good one, Logan.
Dylan Renner, Mr. Renner in the building. What's up, Renner?
Where's your bodyguard, bro? He's been missing for a minute.
Well, he's here now, so.
Shout out to David AV, guys. David is the next person in here. What's up, David?
What's up, David?
Yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What up, Dave?
Happy birthday to you. It's also my birthday, you know.
Oh, word? Are you serious?
Yes,
wait,
it is.
So what's the
happy birthday,
we
man.
got so many birthdays just clumped up. Nick Gates shares my birthday, and that was yesterday.
What's the cutoff for Scorpios? Are you guys Scorpios?
No, I'm a Sagittarius.
No, we're Sagittarius. Scorpios,
Yeah.
Scorpios end, I believe, on the 23rd or 20th.
I'm a Scorpio, so I thought maybe we were all Scorpios. So I guess I didn't make the cutoff.
No, you didn't make the cut, man.
Yeah. So
can't join the winner's circle.
I just turned 15, right? So I haven't seen the best of the Giants, right? So
Oh, David, I'm sorry. I gotta cut you off real quick, bro.
Huh?
I did not know we had a goat stepping in tonight. He's in here. Mr. Bad Dog 7. Well, it's Bad Dog 4.
What's up, Bad Dog?
What's up, Bad Dog?
Happy
Bad Dog.
birthday. Kidblue in the hub. Happy birthday, guys.
I appreciate it, man.
Bobby came in here, said he was old. I just want to let you know that if you added Kidblue and the hub's age up, I'd still be older than you guys, and I'm a kid older than you guys. I'm old as shit. I don't know what to say.
Bad Dog. Apparently, Tainah's only 14.
I'm 14.
You know, Tainah, I see that bed's not messed up, Tainah. You're not taking care of business.
I'm 14.
He's 14. He's a minor.
14.
What's up, Bad Dog? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, guys. I'm doing good, man. I saw you're live. I was like, let me hop in here really quick, trying to get my lighting right, but whatever. Yeah. No, I was just like, let's talk some Giants football, man. We're in first place, baby.
Exactly.
First place,
Yes,
New
baby.
York Giants.
When's the last
Who
time you
would've
could say
thought?
that?
2016.
No, we were never in first place in 2016. We were always in second.
Oh yeah, we always had to. Yeah,
Always in
Well, we were tied. We were 2-0.
Yeah.
We were tied at one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a long time this late into the season we've been in first place.
Yeah.
All right. Who would have known?
I don't think the hub was alive the last time we were in first place.
No, 11, bro. 11.
No, I know. It just seems
Yeah.
like
No, I said this as a joke, by the way, in my skit. I was like, yo, listen, I'm not saying it's Super Bowl season, but the last time we were first place, it was Super Bowl season. How relevant do you think that is? I want to get David's thoughts first, because David, I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. The caller, what's your thoughts on that, man?
It's all good. Bad Dog's the GOAT. We already know that. But so, like I was trying to say is, I've been a Giants fan only since 2016. So I have had the struggle, like the absolute struggle, right? We went on a 10-game losing streak in 2019. That just killed everything for me, but it's okay. It's okay. I see the progression in this team. It's crazy because Joe Judge, when he came in, everyone was like, oh man, he's tough. He's Belichick. He's turned this football team completely around. He's got us in first place in a bad division, but first place.
By the way, we should be 5-0 in this division. Don't forget that.
That is right. The Cowboys game, that made me so mad. The flags on that, we should have won that football game. They called back a Darius Slayton touchdown, which it was kind of a pick, I don't know, where Damian Ratley just ran right into the defender. And then the fake field goal, which Chris was talking about for the Seattle game, which we could possibly be running without Daniel Jones. They called that back because Cam Fleming or something was not set 2 seconds or like a second right before the snap. That was irritating. But yeah, this Giants team is progressed. It's amazing. I like Wayne Gallman just stepping in there. He just steps in there and gets touchdowns. He doesn't fumble anymore. He doesn't fumble.
5 straight games. 5 straight games
Exactly.
with a touchdown.
He doesn't fumble anymore, which was his problem. Back when Shermer and was he even here when McAdoo was here?
Oh, Gallman? Yeah, 2017.
Yeah.
And real quick, let me get the super chat. Shout out to Hearthstone Media, $2 super chat. He says, "Brilly, brilly. Let me get a wee and a spin."
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, David, go on, man. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, I also heard that I heard someone bring up Burton Burns, the running back coach, that he's on Judge's staff. He's major. He's I think the reason for Gallman's improvement. We thought that would be Barkley's improvement, right, in the beginning, but that's Gallman's improvement. We've seen it. It's crazy because Gallman, he was fumbling. I did not want him in the game. I wanted Devonta Freeman in the game for the most part, but then he got injured, and then Gallman just steps up, which Judge is just crazy, bro. The way he turns around this football team, I thought I would never see it because since 2016, which the Packer game was.
What I think is most encouraging about this team right now is I feel like it doesn't feel like it's going to be like 2016 where it was 1 year. Like this feels like it's going to be something that's for a long time. Like I feel like they finally like built something that they have a structure. They have a good coaching staff. They're starting to build something. And that's what I'm most excited about. I'm okay if we miss the playoffs this year. I obviously want to make it, but I see where it's going. And I think when we get there, it's going to be for a while. Like I think we're really going down the right path.
Agreed.
Yeah, we're moving in the right direction. KB, you gonna say something?
Huh?
You saying something?
No, I would say I agree. I completely agree.
And Bad Dog, you feel the same way about Judge, I would assume, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Chris. It's way different because in 2016 we brought in a bunch of free agents. That's not how you build a winner. That's a Band-Aid. That's something you do when you're ready to take the next step and get to the Super Bowl. Obviously, we had been a losing team 3 straight years, and defense was lacking. There's no doubt about it, but it worked for 1 year, and then that was it. Then it completely fell apart. They were backloaded contracts. They ended up being bad contracts. They strapped us for salary cap space. We really couldn't do anything. And then add the poor drafting by Jerry Reese, you just have a disaster, which is exactly where the Philadelphia Eagles are headed. I try to tell this damn fan base this the beginning of last year. I came and said, your window of opportunities closing, got bad contracts, got bad drafts, you're going down. Well, you were just a hater. Well, I do hate.
No, according to them, they're going 19-0.
Every year, every 23-0, because don't forget they're going to win all their preseason games. but no, now they're all looking at it. Yeah, they're like $50 million over the cap. You got a really bad quarterback in $128 million. You wasted a second-round pick on a quarterback that's a gimmick quarterback. He'll never be anything in the NFL. You wasted a first-round pick on a freaking terrible wide receiver. Oh, he runs a 4.27. Listen, pro day 40s don't matter. When in the combine, I think he ran close to a 4.5. Then if you watch the game last night, Rager gets no separation.
Right.
None.
Like Nelson Aguilar. He's like Nelson Aguilar.
I said on Twitter today, I said he's Nelson Aguilar 2.0. It's exactly what he is.
And you know what's funny? Nelson Aguilar is doing pretty good. Well, this past game, the Raiders looked trash. But other than that, Nelson Aguilar has looked good in the Raiders. His dropsies are gone. Philly's just cursed.
What did you think of Doug Peterson's play calling last night, Bad Dog?
Oh, he was phenomenal as usual. I get the video today that Joe Judge should be in the running for coach here. I think Peterson should be in the running for coach here. I mean, it's brilliant when you're down by 11 to go for a 4th and 4 from like the 12. I mean, that's just really good thinking. All about Super Bowl winning coach.
Analytics.
I thought the 2 point, even I thought going for 2 there down 8 with 12 seconds to go made a lot of sense too.
Yeah.
Oh, of course it did. I think Peterson actually bet on the game. I think he wanted to cover the spread. I think that's why I went for 2. Because other than that, he's no sense. He just nothing that guy does makes any sense. It's ridiculous.
Right.
So yeah, I enjoy the way he calls a game. I enjoy watching Carson Wentz get the holy hell beat out of him every week. I'm watching that game last night, guys, and I'm sitting there going, and I don't remember last time I thought this, but I'm sitting there going, God, I wish we played Philadelphia again.
One more time.
I think we're gonna start beating. I think we're gonna start beating them a lot. I think we sweep them next year. I really do. I think Philadelphia is really going down.
Yeah, they're gonna be the new Washington. They're gonna be a new Washington. They'll stay in the basement for years.
David, what's your second thought you want to get with us, man?
My second thought is the next two. I think there's a good 2 or 3 games where we can win over the next however many. I think we can win the Browns game. Baker Mayfield, oh my goodness, he was missing against the Jaguars of all teams.
He missed a wide open throw.
Wide open throws left and right. It was crazy. Like he had someone wide open in the middle of the field for a touchdown. He's just staring down the left side of the field. And I think our defense, Patrick Graham, he's gonna get after Baker Mayfield. If he does that versus, oh my gosh, we're gonna get him. And then, like we said earlier, Kyler Murray has been very inconsistent. I mean, not Kyler Murray, but the whole entire Cardinals team with Isaiah Simmons playing like, I don't know, where is he running around, like pushing people out of bounds late. It's funny. It's funny.
I'm gonna start with Bad Dog on this one, and then go across. Cause Bad Dog is an Oklahoma Sooners fan, so he saw both of these quarterbacks in their college. You could kind of guess, you could say he's seen them throughout their pro levels. What are you thinking with these teams, man?
I'm sorry, I was looking at something else. What was the question?
Oh, David was talking about Baker Mayfield's, questionable play against the Jaguars, and Kyler Murray and the Cardinals being inconsistent. How did the Giants stack up?
I think Kyler Murray is much better than Baker Mayfield. I don't think there's any question. I mean, he does everything better than Baker Mayfield. He's got a stronger arm. He's obviously much faster. He's a way better athlete. Nobody has the hip torque that Kyler Murray has. Arizona's just kind of falling on hard times. I mean, this happens to a lot of young teams. They're going to go through their ups and downs. Cleveland's winning ugly. I mean, that's the other thing about Baker Mayfield. People can get on Baker Mayfield. They could say this. They could say that. At the end of the day, they're winning games, right? I mean, that's really what you want. I'd rather have a guy like Baker Mayfield who's 8-3 over a guy that's got great statistics like Dak Prescott did, and they're 2-5 when he was playing, or 2-6, whatever they were. I think Kyler Murray's going to be the better quarterback. I think Kyler Murray's going to be a star. I think Baker's actually been a little bit disappointing, to be honest. But I think Baker can get better. They got a good team in Cleveland. I mean, there's no doubt about that. That offensive line is much better. The running game's fantastic. They need another receiver. Odell Beckham's not the guy. Odell Beckham's definitely not the guy. They could use another number one receiver over there. Beckham's done. Beckham's had it.
Yeah.
Tainah?
I think Arizona is much more. It seems like everybody's saying Cleveland is the easiest opponent on the Giants' schedule. I think it's Arizona. That's the team that I think is going to be our most winnable game. No, I'm not saying we're going to win it. I think it's our most winnable game left on the schedule. It has nothing to do with Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray's a very good quarterback. Just their team in general. I think they're very up and down. They probably should have our record, and we should probably have their record. I mean, they won on a Hail Mary. Otherwise, they're 5-6. They had this ridiculous comeback against Seattle. Their defense isn't good. I think we're going to be able to run the football in Arizona. I think we're going to be able to control the clock. And as good as Kyler Murray is, every time I watch Kyler Murray's games, he makes huge plays. He's got great legs. He makes 2 or 3 throws a game where you're like, what the hell? And I think Patrick Graham in this scheme will be able to create a couple of turnovers against Kyler Murray. And I think we're going to beat Arizona. If Jones plays, I think we're going to beat the Arizona Cardinals.
KB?
I like it too. I was leaning towards Cleveland in the beginning, but now through this conversation, I feel like Arizona seems to be more beatable at this point. And like Bad Dog says, Cleveland's winning ugly, but they're still winning. They're about 8-3 right now, so they're still finding a way to win games. Arizona is being extremely inconsistent, and they're finding a way to lose games as well. So as far as that goes, I do fear Kyler Murray more than I do Baker Mayfield. But as far as all the team is concerned, I feel like Arizona is definitely more beatable at this
Cleveland's
point.
a much better all-around team.
Right.
Their offensive line is terrific.
Their defense is pretty.
Their defense is much better than Arizona's.
Yeah. Much better.
And I think we can beat both of them, but I think Arizona is more beatable.
David, I'm gonna have to switch you out here now, man. Any last thoughts, bro? Thank you for tuning in, by the way. Thank you. For
happy birthday for the last thought. Shout out to everyone here. Sub to everyone on the panel, and thanks for having me on.
No problem, man. Now, the next person I gotta get on, I've been very excited to get on, Joe Yaddo. And he told me in Discord yesterday he had a little bit of a rant that he wants to get to. Let's see what it's about. What's up, Joel? How you doing, my man?
Oh,
Man, I'm doing all right, Hub. Happy birthday to you. And I got a little bit of stage fright here with all this star power here. I got
What's
Bad
up,
Dog,
buddy?
the Entertainer, Kidblue. Oh, woo. Okay.
Well, first off, man,
before you talk, I want to say thank you for being a great supporter of my channel. I see you in my streams all the time.
Yes.
Oh, Entertainer, it's been a pleasure to watch you and bring me football during all this COVID, everything. You, Bad Dog, and Kidblue, and Hub, man, y'all been the greatest when it comes to this being housebound with your content, your videos, man. Don't change a thing.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
I said last week that the Giants, they needed to show dominance. We needed to see a performance where they blow out a bad team. Man, after that first drive, Daniel Jones looks phenomenal. The old line's blocking, giving him a pocket. We go right down the field, score a touchdown. I'm thinking, okay, we're going to show some dominance. Then we get the kickoff return. I'm thinking, all right, that's not bad. We'll get their defense back on the field. We'll put together another nice 8-9 minute drive, go down, score again after we do it the first time. What the hell was Garrett doing? Can anybody answer me that? We got to run sweeps and have Tate throw a pass? What the hell's going on?
Joe, I agree with you. And he did the same thing. I think it was the week before, if I'm not mistaken, where he did that flea flicker on their own 25, or maybe it was 2 weeks before, whatever it was.
I remember.
No, I've liked Garrett recently. I think he's done a decent job with the play calling. I think a lot of people have gotten on him. In this game, I agree with you. I don't think he called a good game. And that play was horrible. That play made no sense. You're going up against a team you should be able to manhandle. This is a bad defense. There's no reason to get cute. There's no reason with the trick plays, especially on your own 25-yard line. I didn't agree with that call at all, especially when you had – I mean, I think maybe what he might have been thinking was they just got all the momentum with the kick return. Let's try to get a big splash play, but you're getting too cute there on your own 25. I think it's a great point by you. It was a horrible, horrible job by Garrett on that drive. I completely agree.
Yeah, I kind of want to get Bad Dog's thoughts on Garrett in general, man. How you feel about him over the season and then yesterday?
Well, I was going to say, I agree, Chris. We talked about this during the stream that, we didn't feel like he needed to do that. We're better than Cincinnati. They're one of the worst rush defenses in the league. We've been running the ball all day. We went right down the field and scored the first, drive. There's no reason to get cute. You get cute against teams that are better than you. Sometimes you need to do those trick plays in order to get your receivers open. Like a team like the Steelers who have a great defense, you might want to do that against a team like that, but not Cincinnati. Honestly, I think Garrett's done great, though. I think overall Jason Garrett's got back to basics, running the ball, man, trusting in the O-line, and beginning to own time of possession, converting on third downs, and having faith in your run. And when you go out and you run 4 straight times from inside the 5-yard line, just say, to hell with this, we're lining up and we're going to beat you. I love that. He didn't get cute down there. He said, you know what? Let's hop on board the Wayne train. Let's get 7 points, get off to a good start. I think that Jason Garrett's done a really good job. I do like a lot of the razzle-dazzle plays. I just think that one on Sunday was ill-timed. But I think he's done a good job. I don't know why people are hating on him. I said this before. The people that were making excuses for Daniel Jones, he's got no offensive line. He's got no running back. He's got no wide receivers. I said, well, Jason Garrett don't have any of that stuff either. Jason Garrett don't call plays for the players that are out there. I think once they started to trust in the offensive line, I think you started to see the playbook open up a lot more. And I think the offense, although they're not scoring a bunch of points, they're definitely looking a lot better.
And you know what? But that's a pretty good point he brings up, because I have no shame in admitting I was a Jason Garrett hater for like the first, I want to say 4 or 5, maybe even 6 weeks of the season. And he really got on my nerves yesterday when he ran the cue plays over and over again. That's a good point. Because I bring up the whole thing all the time when me and KBB on the DJ defense, no line, no receivers. I just hope Garrett sticks to the basics, like Bad Dog said, stick to the run game. Stick to the good passing.
Well, you know what? And I agree at certain points in that game, he didn't do a good job at play calling. But Giants ran the ball 42 times yesterday. Sunday, rather. 42 times.
That was beautiful.
And the week before, they ran it 36 times. So, I mean, you're talking almost 80 combined carries over 2 games. Like, that's what Pat Shurmur ran for like a whole season. So, I'm really encouraged with the type of team the Giants have, because this is Giants football. I know all the kids in the chat, they want to see the Giants drop back, throw the ball 50 times. That's not Giants football. We're about running the ball. We're about playing defense, and that's what we've gotten back to. And that's why we're winning the time of possession. We've been dominating in that category. We had the ball for 37 minutes yesterday. We had the ball for like 35 minutes the week before. So I like what Garrett's doing overall, but I do agree certain times you scratch your head a little bit.
Well, it could be worse. I mean, he could be Doug Peterson. I mean, Yeah.
Joe?
So that got me to thinking. It's like, Garrett, he's been doing a pretty good job with our defense, and there's going to be a lot of vacancies open. And I could see Garrett getting looked at by like Atlanta, maybe Houston.
You talking Graham?
So that got me thinking, huh?
Graham?
You mean Patrick Graham or you mean Jason Garrett?
Yeah. No, Garrett. I see Garrett going to Atlanta
Garrett,
or
okay.
maybe Houston.
Really?
He's going to get some interviews. I mean, he's done a really good job.
I could see it. He's a former head coach. I could see it.
Well, Jacksonville's going to get blown up, and everyone compares Daniel Jones to Alex Smith. Why don't we bring in Jay Gruden and have him talk to Joe Judge? Because I think Daniel Jones with Jay Gruden as an offensive coordinator, I think that could light things up. Now, I don't want to see Daniel in a third offensive system, but I think with what Shermer ran his first year and what Gruden did with Alex Smith before Alex Smith got hurt, they were hurt. They were 6-3, 6-2. Yeah, they were dominating football games. He had an offensive line. He had a quarterback, and he was running the ball. He didn't get tricky. He didn't get cute. It was downfield plays. So what do you guys think about Gruden, maybe getting Gruden? Because I think Gruden would fit right in with Judge with that mentality.
I can tell you this: Jay Gruden wanted to draft Daniel Jones. The owner didn't. That was why they were, at odds. That's why Dwayne Haskins didn't play. And people thought, well, that's just a bit. I said, damn, Dwayne Haskins stinks. And I want to say this too, any Jets fans in here. Thank you for finally admitting that I was right, that Sam Darnold stinks. I see trade Sam Darnold videos all over the place. That's right. He stinks.
Who's going to take him?
And Gangrene David, too. I think he just made a video talking about Sam Darnold as well. So.
When Jet Central makes a video talking about trade Sam Darnold.
Oh, Jet Central.
I'm sitting there going, I know I was right.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah, he stinks. I told you that. And I'm telling Eagle fans, Jalen Hurts is going to stink. Trust me.
Yeah.
Stinks.
Where are you with the bring in Jay Gruden possibly, Kidblue? Because Joe talked to me about this before, and I'll tell you what, just like Bad Dog said, I was like, Gruden wanted him, and I mean, Gruden is not a bad offensive coordinator. I wouldn't be opposed.
Well, if this is only in case Jason Garrett were to leave, if Jason Garrett is still here, there's no reason why you should change him out. But I completely understand what you're saying. I like the thought process there. If Jason Garrett were to leave for another head coaching job, which is very, very possible, I mean, I'm sure Jay Gruden would be on, one of the candidates to be interviewed for the offensive coordinator job. So we'll see what other kind of candidates show up to be interviewed. But I'd say Jay Gruden would be one of them as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when he brought up Jay Gruden. That's the first thing I thought of. He's the guy that wanted Daniel Jones. The guy that I brought up, if it does happen, say they move on from, from Garrett or he gets a head coaching job, I've said Shaplinsky.
Hire from within.
Hire from within. Shaplinsky's the quarterback coach. He's had experience with Daniel Jones. You wouldn't be rocking the boat. It wouldn't be too much of a change. They have a working relationship. He's got a working relationship with Judge. I could see that. He's known as a good offensive mind, a very smart guy. If they were going to do it, I could see them taking that path as well.
No,
I just want to say thank you all for tuning in, man. We just hit 100 likes. This is my first ever live stream while I'm live to hit 100 likes. Thank you guys so much, man. It means a lot.
Yeah, I also want to say, just go back to the Jets real quick. The Jets would be smart. Draft Trevor Lawrence, obviously. They need to bring in Eric Bieniemy, man. That needs to be their head. You bring in Eric Bieniemy, Trevor Lawrence, the Jets might actually turn it around quick.
Do you think Eric Bieniemy wants to go there?
What's that?
Do you think Eric Bieniemy would want to go there?
I mean, I think he'd take a head coaching job, absolutely.
And with Trevor Lawrence, hell yeah, he would.
When you go to be a head coach, I think you want to start right on the floor because if you don't have any, you can't be any worse than what was there before. So if you can turn around a team. You're either going to get a big contract from the team that you're with, or you're going to get a big contract from somebody else, or you're going to turn heads. He's got nothing to lose by going to the Jets, but he's got a great offensive mind. The Jets would be smart to do that. But I agree, Chris. It makes a lot of sense for the Giants to hire within. That way, Daniel Jones doesn't really need to change. He doesn't need to learn a new system for the third time in 3 years because that really is how you destroy a young quarterback, making him constantly, have different systems he needs to learn. Daniel Jones is smart, but it still takes time to get acclimated. Of course, hopefully we have an off season and a preseason, all that other stuff. If that does happen, he'll have time to get acclimated in the preseason. Didn't have that this year. But I think Garrett sticks around. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think Garrett's going to be here for another year.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you what. I think I'm looking at the Jets. I think it's a desirable job for the exact reason that Bad Dog said. A lot of times when you take a job, it's almost good to have a season like Judge is having, where you have like 5 wins, 6 wins. You take over a really bad spot, and you just slowly, incrementally improve, kind of like Flores did with the Dolphins. Sometimes if you have that huge surprise season, think about Eric Mangini with the Jets. He had that huge first season that nobody expected. You almost become a victim of your success. He won like 10 games. It happened too quick, and then he was out. He was out in a year. I think a year later, because it raises the expectations rather than slowly doing it. And I think the Jets are actually a really desirable spot for a coach because of Trevor Lawrence, because of the draft picks.
Ben McAdoo happened to Ben McAdoo too.
Yeah, happened to Ben McAdoo too. Same thing. Victim of his own success. He won 11 games his first year where they had that huge jump, and then they went all the way back down to 3 wins. He got fired. Sometimes it's good to have that slow and steady uprise, and then you get consistent along the way.
Joe, before I switch you out here, man, any last thoughts? And once again, thank you for coming in, man. I got to say, I love the beard. I didn't compliment you last time you were on here. That's a rocking beard.
It's a good one.
I got something there. I mean, I just got tired of shaving, I guess. I don't know. But just a quick shout out to all them Daniel Jones haters who got a taste of Colt McCoy, who they wanted to see. And now everybody's on Twitter hollering, when can Daniel come back?
Yeah.
Eli spoiled everybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
He did.
Oh, when you get a quarterback that goes for 16 years, man, you watch Colt McCoy, and that kind of brought me back to like Kent Graham and Dave Brown, and Bad Dog knows about that.
No, I do. I know about it well. Trust me.
Yeah.
I know about the right days. I know about Kent Graham and Danny Cannell and Dave Brown. I know.
Danny Cannell.
Oh yeah.
Joke back in 97, 98 was the best quarterback in New York, played for the Knicks. It was Charlie Ward.
He's right. He's not lying.
Wow.
Well, you guys have a good night. Yeah, everybody make sure you sub these guys up.
Joel, man.
Appreciate you, Joel. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you for being a great supporter, Joel.
All right, see ya.
Now, before I get the next person in here, Bad Dog, I want to ask you, since you kind of came in just now, what are your brief thoughts about Seattle coming up?
Well, I mean, Seattle's going to be I don't like it without Daniel Jones, man. I'm not going to lie. Seattle can put up points. James Bradbury's been great, but you don't shadow receivers. DK Metcalf's going to be a problem. Even if Bradbury is coming, DK Metcalf's damn good. I mean, Darius Slay's not a scrub. And DK Metcalf completely undressed him out there. I mean, the guy's big, strong, quick. God, I wish we drafted him instead of DeAndre Baker, but it is what it is. They're going to be tough. The only saving grace we have, they also have to fly across the country, and they're on a short week. That's really it. Their defense does not scare me. It's one of the worst. I believe they have the worst pass defense.
By a mile.
By a mile. It's like 400
yeah.
yards. That was something I was going to talk about. Is so if there's ever a defense that Colt McCoy could succeed against, it's Seattle.
It could be Seattle.
But it's got to start with run. I mean, we got to be able to run the ball against them. We have to run. And I think that as much as I hate to say this, when we come out, I think we got to come out passing. I think we got to fool them. I think they're going to be stacking the box. They're going to be looking for them to run. They're going to say, there ain't no way Colt McCoy's going to beat us, so we're going to stuff the box and make McCoy. I think they got to come out aggressive. At least try it. I mean, you got nothing to lose. You're going to have to put up points in this game. I think it would confuse Seattle a little bit. I think you might have to pass to open up the run. It's one of those few times I'm going to sit there and go, I want my backup to pass, but he's going to have to. I really think Seattle's going to make a concerted effort, and they'd be stupid not to. They'd be stupid to allow Wayne Gallman to run for 4 and 5 yards a rip. I don't know. I don't know what the game plan is going to be, but
I was saying earlier, Bad Dog, I think this is going to be one of those games where Joe Judge is going to have to take, he's going to have to come up with some tricks in the special teams. I could expect some fake punts. He tried that fake field goal against Dallas. I could see something like that in this game. They're going to have to come up with creative plays to try to create extra possessions.
Yeah, this is a game you want that throwback flea flicker type of thing. They're going to have to do things like that because, again, we're not as talented as Seattle, especially without Daniel Jones. But it's just listen, Colt McCoy wasn't god awful. I mean, Colt McCoy made some big throws. He did miss a hot read, which Colt McCoy completely admitted, hey, I'm rusty. I mean, he hadn't thrown a football in God knows how long. So he did miss that throw, but he didn't do anything stupid. He did convert a couple of big third downs. He was 6 out of 10. I mean, he only threw for 39 yards, but they weren't asking him to open up the field.
I think you got to remember, he is a backup.
You know, he'll have first team reps this week. He'll work with the first team. And listen, if any coaching staff can figure out a way to upset Seattle, it's going to be the one we have. They're smart. They game plan really well, and you know we can't have any mistakes. That's for damn sure. We can't play like we did against Cincinnati. We'll get run out of the building. So no fumbles, no bad
special
plays.
Teams play. Got to be A+.
Yes, we got to play an A+ game in order to walk out of here with a W. There's no doubt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next person going to be on is Indian Spicy. Well, actually, I don't recognize this name. So Indian Spices, if you're listening, I'm going to need you to type in the chat if you are there. I'm going to bring on Nerding Out Sports first. I'm being a bit cautious because there's been a lot of trolls recently. You know what I'm saying? So Indian Spices, either turn on your camera or type in the chat that you're there. The next person I'm going to bring on is Nerding Out Sports. What's up, Nerding Out? How you doing, my guy?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
We good.
What's going on, Nerding Out?
It's finally good to talk to the leader of the Nick Gates fan club, Kidblue.
Appreciate it, man. We actually share the same birthday, so that's something I just found out today. So,
hey, Blue, who do you like better, Matt Parrott or Nick Gates?
I'm a Matt Parrott guy all the way, man. Matt Parrott all the way. I love me some Parrott.
And obviously, Tainah loves himself some Kyler Murray legs. I heard him say Murray had nice legs earlier in the
Tainah loves himself some Bobby Woodruff, Seahawk, and Kyler Murray legs, man.
Oh my God, I couldn't stop crying. I was crying.
When I got in here, that's who was on. It was Bobby. And I just laughed along with you guys.
I could not. I was trying to hold it in.
You laugh just like I do, and you can't even.
Yeah.
Like you get really hard, you just can't breathe. Yeah,
I was trying to talk. I'll tell you what, the whole banter them two had together with Bobby and Chris, I was holding it in so bad. I was trying to be respectful here.
Bobby's the best.
Yeah, we love you, Bobby. I know you're still here. We love you.
Hey.
What's up, Nerding Out Sports?
Good thing I brought up the offensive line. I wanted to ask you guys what you think we're going to be doing going into next year, because I don't think Zeitler is going to be here, and I don't know if they're going to keep rotating with Cam Fleming. So you think maybe they'll move Hernandez over to the right side, or keep him at left guard? What do you guys think?
Well, you said next year, just to clarify.
Yeah, because I know like we all want the playoffs right now. Believe me, I'm with you on that. But
yeah,
I don't know if we're going to have Zeitler next year because of that cap hit that would be saved.
I don't know what's going to happen with Zeitler. I'm kind of like 50-50. I don't know. Because they save a lot of money. It's going to come down to whether or not they feel like Lemieux, they have full faith in Lemieux being a starter next year. And if they do, good chance we could trade Zeitler in the offseason, maybe get a 5th, 6th round pick just to get, save a little bit of money rather than taking the dead cap hit. But I think they'd probably leave Hernandez on the left side if I had to guess, because that's where he's played his whole career. Maybe I'm wrong. I know Lemieux has played well next to Thomas, but I think that has more to do with when it's kind of coincidental when Judge started getting involved, and they said that's when Thomas's play started to improve. So I think Hernandez probably stays on the left side. And if Zeitler's gone, I think, obviously you have Lemieux on the right side. I think Gates definitely is going to stay as your center. And we'll see what happens with Parrott. We got to see him over the next 6 games if they feel, I definitely think Fleming's gone, but we'll see what happens with Parrott these last 6 games. I think they want to try to mold him to be the starter next year.
Yeah, I would agree with Chris. I think Parrott would come in as a starter. Whether Fleming is gone or they just shipped him to a really good backup role is going to be the move. And I think Hernandez stays at the left because when Zeitler initially went out with the concussion, that's what we saw. Hernandez came back in at left guard and they shifted Shane Lemieux over to right guard. And a lot of people have suggested this, that the real reason we probably took Shane Lemieux was to be our right guard replacement for Kevin Zeitler. But at the end of the day, I'm going off of what we've seen now. Anything could happen between now and the next season.
Agreed.
Very true. But yeah, I agree. I think that is why Lemieux was brought in here. Zeitler will save us a lot of money. He's older, obviously. He's been a solid line. I mean, there's no doubt he's been our most consistent, solid lineman since you got him. It was a great trade. It's funny. Somebody was talking about how, look at what Olivier Vernon did. I'm like, you do realize like Olivier Vernon had 5 sacks in his previous 20 games before he had that big game against the Eagles, right? So I don't know what you're talking. I always say when I do a video, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. It really doesn't not matter what I do.
I'm sorry, but the Dave Gettleman haters just they make me go nuts. I'm gonna go bold like you because like I can't take it anymore. Anytime something bad goes wrong, any little thing, the trade sucked, the trade was horrible.
Right.
Odell Beckham had a good game against the Dallas Cowboys, who I think I could have 100 yards against, and everybody came out and said, the Odell trade. You see how bad of a trade that was. Yeah, okay, all right. I just can't stand the Gettleman haters. Any little thing that they're going to look to jump on it.
It happens. Like I did the video about Joe Judge today. People are like, a month ago you were ripping Joe Judge. I'm like, shut up. I never once got on Joe Judge's case this entire year. And as a matter of fact, 4 weeks ago, I came out of the video and said the Giants are the best team in the NFC East. I was like, you're smoking. You're part of the 420 crew. You're crazy. You're drunk. You don't know what you're talking about. But I do. Because who's first place in the division? The Giants.
Bad Dog's pretty spot on. Today, didn't you have the Joe Judge should be a Coach of the Year candidate video?
There's a couple things I'm spot on about. Number one, like I said, I will always hang my hat on that Beckham thing because there was no one even close to talking about trading him.
Right. That was years ago before he was even traded. Yeah.
I will always say that. I have that going for me. Another thing I'm very good at when I'm right about things is always when I'm clowning the Eagles. Like I'm always right about that. Like Jalen Hurts stinks. Right? Jalen Reagor stinks. Well, I don't know why they drafted Jalen. They stink.
They probably thought Jalen was a magic name. You know the Eagles.
But they, I was right about their cap situation. I was right about their window closing. I mean, I pay attention to teams this division. I can't tell you about the Ravens. I can't tell you about the freaking Chargers. Like I don't really pay much attention to those teams. But the teams this division are pretty spot on about. I was right about Sam Darnold. I'm right about some things, but I can never get credit. Whenever I'm right, it's just
that's the way it works on YouTube. When you're right, nobody.
That's why you do this once in a while.
Good
job, buddy. You got that one right. Jordan Renan ain't got nothing on me, boy.
Oh yeah, screw Renan.
Yo, every time I do a video now and I actually cite somebody, I'm like, I'm not stealing from Renan. I'm stealing from
every time I cite somebody on the video, I'm like, hey, look, Renan, I'm citing the publisher of this article.
The reason I had to call on his ass on Twitter because I said he said the injury's really bad, and then Rappaport comes out the next day.
Right. That's what I said.
Yep.
That's why I was like, this is why I follow one and clown the other, because one of them knows what he's talking about. The other was just gotta break the news.
Yeah,
it's a source.
It's clickbait.
Right.
It's clickbait.
Yep.
It's clickbait. He knew
and he hates Daniel Jones. If you look back on his history, he hates Daniel Jones.
And he hates Dave Gettleman. But you knew. But by the way he used those words, he knew it could be interpreted so many different ways. So he just said pretty bad, so everybody clicks it, and then he can't be wrong because pretty bad is he's missed a game, so it's pretty bad. But he knew what he was doing. It's clickbait.
Yeah. He's a clown, bro.
There you go. What's the second one you got for us, man?
What do you guys think we're going to see out of Xavier McKinney on Sunday?
I hope he gets more snaps, hopefully with his health. I mean, of course, they're probably just going to make sure that he doesn't re-aggravate anything. But I definitely want to see him get some more defensive snaps. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what he can do, especially against Russell Wilson. The first quarterback he's pretty much going to be going against Russell Wilson. It's going to be pretty fun to watch.
Tainah?
Yeah, so I don't think he'll be out there that much again. Maybe a little bit more, a few more plays. And when he is out there, maybe he spies Wilson. That's what I said earlier. I think that's the role that I could see him doing a little bit. But I still think they're going to slowly integrate him in. I don't think they're going to rush him back. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion. I don't think you see a lot of McKinney this week.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I think you'll see more than we saw last week, but I still don't think he's going to be a big part of the offense. He'll probably get maybe 20%, 25% of the snap. I mean, I want to see the kid play, but again, he's had no NFL experience, not even a preseason game. So, you want to talk about throwing him into a difficult situation. Guys like Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, man. It's not that easy to be going out there and covering those guys, especially with Russell Wilson, a guy that can extend plays with his legs, a guy that's just I love Russell Wilson. But the other thing I want to say is this. Russell Wilson's got hit a lot this year. Russell Wilson has taken a beating this year.
He's got a lot of turnovers, too. He's throwing a lot of picks.
Right? The New York Giants going to be able to get to him. You're going to be able to get some pressure on him. Listen, with Colt McCoy in there, I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to win this game because I'd be lying to myself to think that we're going to. But I'm going to say this. I don't think that it's as far-fetched as people think that we could pull an upset. I really don't.
I don't either. I don't think Seattle's that good.
They could have a letdown. You know, they could have a letdown and say, well, it ain't Daniel Jones. Well,
trap game.
Last night.
Every single good team left on our schedule is inconsistent. Like we have the most inconsistent good teams left on the schedule.
All right, Baltimore looks beatable now.
Yeah.
You know?
Though don't even get me started on Cleveland, who we talked about earlier, and of course Arizona. But with this Seahawks team, I'm gonna say it again, man. Our defense is gonna keep it real close. I think our defense is underappreciated throughout the entire league, man. Our defense is so good, it's crazy. And I'm gonna ask you guys this: we're actually out of Kyler Fackrell now, so how do you think that might impact the game plan a little bit?
Well, I'm not. What I was doing when I came in here was uploading that video tomorrow, or not the Kyler, but the defense. I always schedule my videos at 10:30. That's what I was like. I usually when I'm uploading things, I just go to YouTube to see what's going on because I like to listen to stuff while it's uploading. I was like, oh, the Hub's live. Look at this cast of stars in here. Let me throw my hat in the ring. But I think you're going to see Cam Brown, Carter Coughlin. I think you'll definitely see more of those guys. It'll be interesting to see. Cam Brown's probably pretty well when he's out there, so I think Cam Brown's going to get quite a bit of playing time.
Yeah, I honestly don't think it's going to affect us that much, man. I really don't. I mean, Fackrell's played. I'm not saying he hasn't played well, but they've done it through scheme. They've done it through scheme all year. They've done it through scheme all year, and I think Patrick Graham's smart enough to continue to scheme and get pressure. I don't think Kyler Fackrell's being out is going to make that huge of a difference for the Giants on defense.
Right.
And Battle mentioned Cam Brown. If there's one thing I got to say about Cam Brown, he's our smallest edge rusher by far, but somehow, someway, he always gets pressure. This man is always in the ball.
I always wondered how Leonard Floyd ever got pressure because he was such a twig, but this guy's even skinnier.
Yeah, Cam Brown he's built like I want to say like a safety or something. With how small he is, man. To be honest with you, Nerding Out Sports, man. Thank you for tuning in. Any last comments here?
No, thank you for having me. Happy birthday. It was great to talk to all you guys finally. And I'll keep watching the stream. Happy birthday again, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Nerding Out Sports, great guy. He has his own channel, by the way, guys. As you can see, Nick's. I said Nick's because guess what? It should be Nick's on there.
He's got it. What do you do? I love Nerding Out Sports, but how are you a Nets fan, buddy?
Yeah.
I was born in Brooklyn.
All right. I give you a pass. He doesn't have
the Yanks and the Giants on there, so I respect it a lot. Peace out, Nerding Out Sports.
All right, have a good one, man.
All right, guys. Hey, I'm gonna have to bounce off of here, guys. But
for sure, man.
Yeah, but appreciate you having me on, Hub. Happy birthday, man. And it was
happy birthday to you.
Awesome work, you. Appreciate it, man. Awesome working with you guys. Bad Dog, appreciate you coming by. Entertainer, appreciate you coming by.
I hear it, Kidblue. I heard the door knock stripper coming in. It's all good.
Yeah, I've got some business to attend to. I got some business to attend to.
Not fanfare.
Yeah, I got some, got some things in the works. You know what I'm saying? But quick little plug, guys. We're doing the Young Guns podcast tomorrow. Make sure you guys join in. We'll be with the Hub as well. So, all right, guys. See you guys soon. Bye, guys.
Peace, KB.
Later.
Shout out to Calvin in here, by the way, member alert. Calvin's actually an Arizona Cardinals fan, great supporter of the Giants community. We got Sajid in here now, also known as Indian Spice. Sajid, how you doing, man?
What's up? How y'all doing?
We're getting a lot of static, but how you doing?
Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry. Let me see. You got any static now?
No, it's good.
All right. Let me just say, when we kicked that punt and that punt returner broke that first tackle, I kind of saw Deshaun Jackson flash by my eyes. I was pretty scared. And Cam Brown saves the game. It's awesome. Hold on a second.
Yes, I agree. I don't know what happened there. Sound like an explosion at the end.
Yeah, hold up. Yeah. All right. Anything you want to ask me? I would go to questions.
You're getting a lot of static.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's all right. But I mean, that was a huge play. That was definitely a play that you don't even think about in the game because you're upset that they gave up 30 yards on the punt return. But yeah, that was a gigantic tackle by Cam Brown. Otherwise, they would have probably been a field goal range. So that was a big play. That's that's probably the play of the game. You know, you don't really think about it in the moment because you're so pissed they just gave up 30 yards. But that was a huge play.
Yeah, and we got bailed out by the defense.
My stomach was doing somersaults and he returned that damn kick. I'm like, how did they get it all the way out to mid? They just went down and scored in a minute. And now they get the damn ball at midfield. I'm sitting there going, we cannot possibly have another game where we blow a 10-point lead with 5 minutes to go. I say right in the stream, like, well, it's not the Eagles. So I feel good being up 9 or 5 minutes. And they almost eagled us.
Yep. That close. That close.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say you could go and look back at somebody timestamped it on the stream. I was with Authentic. I was so depressed. I was convinced the game was over at that point. Well, I'm gonna just I cannot anymore.
Yeah, all right.
I bet. I'm gonna unmute you when I'm finished. I know that's kind of a little thing, but there's a lot of static coming through, Sajid. It's none to you, man. Will unmute you in a second. I was gonna say that is the most complete 180 turn I think any Giants fan ever did. Everybody was so depressed at that punt return, and they looked like they were about to do something, and then Jabal Shear just came through.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what it is. I was definitely nervous, but I really still felt like we were going to win. And I don't know, because 5 weeks ago I would have been like you. I would have been like, it's over. It's done with. But I think it's just the way that this team's starting to evolve. I guess I just have more confidence that they're learning how to win games. Even after that happened, I still thought they were going to find a way to close out the game.
I was scared to death.
I was scared. Don't get me wrong. I was scared.
I was so worried. At no point in that game did I say, "Oh, we lost." I never said it was Chris. Well, we were tied. You had people in the chat. Oh, it's over. It's over. Halftime. Well, halftime wasn't even. Oh, game's over. We lost.
It was 10-10 at the half, and half the chat was saying we lost the game.
Yeah, I know. So.
I mean, that's what you call getting scorned by your team, man.
Yeah.
I'm unmuted. You know, I'm just gonna say this: that part you just talked about, how like the fans just gave up quickly when the Bengals were leading or something. You know, feels like Giants fans and Eagles fans are like the same kind of fans. You know what I'm saying? We're like cut from the same cloth. We act the same. I mean, 3 weeks ago we wanted Daniel Jones gone. We had no hope. We wanted a tank. Fast forward a month, we're at the top of the division. We think we're gonna like win this thing. The Eagles were literally the exact opposite. They thought they were gonna win the division like a month ago when they beat Dallas. Fast forward a month, now they want to blow it up.
I just got a question. What are you talking on?
I'm talking about how we're very similar.
No.
Like,
What device are you talking on?
My headset. It's pretty old. So
your headset sounds like you're like on an airplane, and you're hanging out the window.
It sounds like you got an antenna on his phone. Those Zach Morris ones. Like this big. You need a backpack to carry it around. I don't know if you remember those, but yeah.
Dang.
No, but I mean, we're New Yorkers. We're New York fans are very bipolar, so we're very passionate. We're very up and down. That's the way it works. So I'm not
I
too
like to
surprised.
say that New York fans are just regular fans amped up. I feel like every fan, like if you're a fan of anything, you're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs. I think when it comes to New York fans, we're just a little bit more amped up.
That and the fact we've been good in so many years, I mean, we're impatient. I mean, we want to win, you know, and it's nice that we turned the corner. It's nice to see this team figuring it out. I mean, yeah, I'll completely admit, after San Francisco, with the way we lost, I'm like, here we go again. This is another freaking year. We just got blown out by the fourth string guys. We stink. Daniel Jones stinks. But it's Trevor Lawrence time, you know. I own my reactions. I'll never apologize for that. That's me. That's me. I'm emotional. I said it. The Giants make me bipolar. They do. You know, I am all over the place. I'm like an EKG machine when I do a video. And I don't calm down. When I do a video, it's all emotion. Everything I do is emotion. I always think that's part of my charm. Everything I do is emotion. I don't want to think of that. Initially, I'm pissed. I'm going to let you know it. Then I calm down. Then I give a better view of what happened. But no, I'm not going to apologize for my emotion. I mean, I've watched the Giants since 1984. Always when people give me a hell, I'm like, dude, you haven't even been alive as long as I watch the Giants. Don't talk to me about what kind of fan I am. If I wasn't a fan, I wouldn't be that emotional about this damn team. I am
on YouTube.
You know? What's that?
Like I was saying, like if you weren't a fan, you wouldn't be on YouTube. It takes a lot of work you can't exactly fake doing this, the whole YouTube thing. So it's that alone right there.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the Eagles, I mean, Doug Peterson is probably like the worst head coach in football. Probably worse than Adam Gase. Like
He's up there.
at least the Jets know what play they're running. Like, did you see the Jeff Schwartz tweet where like they're running a screen pass and the wide receivers didn't even know they were running a screen?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the thing I saw about Jeff Schwartz was when he complimented DK, but DK took it as an insult. The whole Megatron, and I'll say this: DK is a great player, but I don't know if you should be taking it as an insult if somebody tells you.
I was
you're
talking
not
about Jeff Schwartz. You're talking about Jim Schwartz.
Oh, my bad, bro. My bad.
But yeah, Jim Schwartz shouldn't have opened his mouth about DK Metcalf,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thank you for tuning in, man. I'm gonna let you go, man. Any last thoughts?
I want to say one little thing. That Eagles game, at some point, the Eagles offense was averaging like 8 inches a play or something. Can you imagine that? Inches.
Well, I watched it. It was bad.
Carson Wentz had like 15 yards passing in the first half till the end when they had a little bit of a drive, but
Carson, yeah, they showed it. They showed the graphic. I think it was like early second quarter. Wentz was 2 for 8 for 4 yards, and Hurts was 1 for 1 for 6 yards.
And that's another thing Peterson did. What the hell is the point of letting Hurts throw one pass and then bring Carson Wentz right back in the field?
No sense. He had to run 2 plays in a row. It made no sense.
Right. Even the announcer said, if you're going to let him get his feet wet, give him a series.
Yeah.
Give him a drive.
Yeah.
I mean, Peter, I don't know.
All right, dude. Thank you for tuning in, man. I'm gonna let you go, bro. Have a good one.
All right, see ya.
I hope you land safely. Saeed.
Next person up here is Dilly Dilly, the Giants fan. Hello, Dilly
Chris,
Dilly.
I remember you from 2 streams ago.
What's up, buddy?
I just want to discuss this. So if we go in like the 15th pick or like 14th pick, whatever, in the mid of the draft in the first round, I like Kyle Pitts. I think everybody likes him, but I think he has real hope. He's kind of like an Evan Ingram, but way better.
People are obsessed with Kyle Pitts, and that's all I've heard from people. People love this tight end prospect, and I've seen his highlights. I've watched him play a bit. You know what? If we're in the right spot and they feel like he could be that type of weapon, maybe you do have interest in him. You see some of these unbelievable tight ends, how they're, like a guy like Kittle on the 49ers.
Kelsey,
it's possible. I think it's got to be the right spot, though. You're not taking him. I mean, like if we get the 19th pick and we win the division and he's there and you feel like he's by far the best weapon on the board, maybe you do entertain it. We've seen tight ends go early in drafts as of late. The game is evolving. The game changes all the time. You saw Hawkinson, I think, go 7th to the Lions a couple of years ago. I mean, maybe. I'm not going to rule it out. It's not what I want to do, but if they feel he's far and away the best weapon and the best player there, it's possible.
Yeah, I would like to go to a different position myself, but if they did that, obviously I think they trade Evan Ingram. I don't think they have them both on the team. So I think Ingram would be expendable, and he may be expendable anyway. I really don't know what we're doing with Evan Ingram. I know they picked up the 5th-year option, but I'm still – I know what they're doing with him, man. He want to talk about bipolar. That guy's bipolar.
I want Evan Ingram gone. By the way, shout out to Hearthstone Media for the $2 super chat. Thank you, man. It says, love these young fans, man. And Hearthstone is backstage. I'm going to get him on in a second. Evie, speaking of Evan Ingram, though, I don't know if Dilly Dilly necessarily knows this, but does anybody know, can Kyle Pitts block? Because all I've heard about him is that he's a great receiving tight end.
I saw someone in the chat say he's not a good blocker.
So. Okay. So I don't know if I might want him, Dilly Dilly. What other topics you want to talk about, man?
So James Bradbury is our best cornerback, right? And then Jabril Peppers. Sorry, let me just change the topic. Jabril Peppers played an amazing game. I was watching him flying all over the place. Was that his best game of the season?
I think it was.
That's a good question.
I think it was. It might. If it was up there. That's for damn sure. I mean, yeah, I would. If it wasn't, it was his top 2 or 3. He's been great the last 4 weeks, but he was great. He was all over the field. He had that one great play on the when they were in zone coverage when Bradbury broke off on the short route, and then he was able to on the deep fly pattern, he was able to break it up on the left sideline. That was a great play. That could have been a touchdown. Yeah, Peppers had a really good game.
Yeah, then he had the back-to-back plays where he made a tackle for a loss on the right side, then had a tackle for a loss on the left side.
Yeah,
being able to chase down the running backs behind the line of scrimmage. So maybe one was a screen pass. I don't remember. Yeah, I mean, Peppers was flying the ball. That's what you want from your defensive leader. So he played a phenomenal game. I mean,
there was a lot of defensive pieces that had probably their best game of the season. Logan Ryan had probably his best game of the season.
Darnay Holmes.
You know what I mean? Leo
Boyd the whole game.
Yeah.
Our whole defense has been playing great.
I got a question for you, Dilly Dilly. Do you re-sign Leonard Williams?
Yes, I would.
You thought about that?
You thought about it, yeah.
You know, you're not sold on Leo yet.
I mean, he can.
His reaction's right. His reaction's the right one. It's hard. He's getting a lot of money. I mean, I'm with him. I'm like,
I'm not giving him 20 minutes.
I'm exactly the same way. I'm like, yes.
Like I'm not. I don't know. I'm not giving him 20 mil, but I feel like he's necessary. But I'm not spending. I'm not even getting him 18 mil. My cap on Leonard Williams is probably give him 16, 17. To be honest with you.
Can I ask you a question real quick? Can I ask Dilly? How old are you?
11.
11. Okay, so you not like I was when I was 11 years old. They won a Super Bowl when I was 11 years. But I love that. This is why the Giants community is great, because there's an 11-year-old on here that knows more about football than half the Eagles content creators. I wanted to put that out there. Okay.
What about Cowboys in Washington?
He not just the content creators. He knows more than the head coach.
Well, that's true. That's true.
He knows more than the general manager.
That's true.
Let me ask you, Dilly, if you were a general manager, would you backload contracts so you had a horrible cap situation?
Wait, what? I couldn't hear that.
If you were a general manager, would you backload the contract so you had no cap space in the future, or would you try to keep cap space available?
I'll try to keep cap space available. Definitely.
You're a better GM.
Way better.
You could be the Eagles GM. I give you the job right now.
Thank you, Dilly.
I like what Rosen's doing. I don't want a smart guy up in the front office. I want them to continue to be poor. I don't want the Eagles going the right direction. But I'll tell you what, when Dave Gettleman retires, Dilly, you go up in our front office.
I gotta ask you though, Dilly, how are you still up at 12? Don't you have a bedtime?
Oh, you caught him.
Thank you for tuning in, man. Thank you for being a good supporter,
Happy
bro.
birthday, Hub.
Thank you, man. Next up, we got. We had a lot of young fans.
I love it.
There's a lot of young fans coming on. I love seeing them on these calling streams, man. So I got 3 people left here. It's going to be Bronx Giants fan, Tony B, and then Heartstorm. What up, Bronx Giants fan? How you doing, man?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah, I'm here.
What's going on? What's going on?
Good, bro. How you doing?
It was good, y'all. Hey, I want to talk about the Washington football team, man, again, because I came on here last time I spoke about them. Why do they want to win a division so bad? I mean, they have a QB with one leg. The team is not that young. And if they win, they get a first-place schedule and they have Alex Smith. What are they going to do? They're going to be they're going to be back at the same position. It makes no sense.
The same reason we do. They have to build a win.
Hey, but listen, the difference between them and us is that we have our QB. They don't have a QB. Like, that's what I'm saying.
And by the way, their offensive line sucks.
Yeah, their offensive line sucks. It's like, what are they going to do? They're going to be back in the same position. Like, I don't understand.
You never know.
I understand why.
Where did Tom Brady get drafted?
I mean,
you know what he was?
Yeah, like seventh round, 6.
Right. 199 overall. So you never know where the star is going to come from. Having a top 5 pick doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get a superstar. I mean, the Jets have missed top 5 picks.
Hey, man. If anything, I want them to win the division, man. Because I feel like that dude out of BYU, I feel like he's going to be a stud. I want him going nowhere near that dude.
I want to win the division.
Yeah. If it's not us, of course, I want them to win the division. If it's not us, I want them to win the division. Because I don't want them to draft, like I said last time. I don't want them going nowhere near that dude from BYU. That dude's a stud. I feel like he's going to be the best QB out of the draft.
Zach Wilson. You talking about Zach Wilson?
Zach Wilson. Word to my mother, he's going to be the best QB in that draft. I'm telling you. He's that good, man. Like I seen tape of him, watch a couple games. His arm is crazy. Like that dude, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he's gonna be the best in that draft, man.
What does he do better, you think, than say Trevor Lawrence, who a lot of people think is the best?
Trevor Lawrence, he has a stronger arm, and his release is like snap quick, like quick. Like he lets the ball off, and he's mobile. But we have a quick release that could do numbers. Because when you want to run, you can throw it away quicker. When you got the arm, you can throw it out of bounds. Like he can do numbers.
I'll tell you, he's moving up. Like we just lost him. Yeah.
The other thing you got to take in consideration was the competition in that conference. It's not the ACC. Like Trevor Lawrence impressed me when he beat the living hell out of Alabama. That was impressive, and he's amazing. And again, I'm not a big Ohio State quarterback guy. I don't like that, but Justin Fields is special. I mean, if I'm ever going on board an Ohio State, it's him. He's good. He's really good.
I want to ask you, since you definitely watch more college football than I do, and I don't know how much Tainah watches, but what do you see in Fields? What exactly do you see in him? Because there's a lot of hype surrounding him.
He's just got such athleticism that he's a guy that can just, he's got a cannon for an arm. He's very accurate, and he's very athletic. Like most of these Ohio State quarterbacks, and again, I mean, it helps when you have superior talent like Dwayne Haskins did. But Dwayne Haskins, if you looked at his film, he had a lot of checkdowns to McLaurin, to Campbell. He had J.K. Dobbins. He had 3 offensive linemen go to the NFL, and a lot of them were checkdowns. He got a lot of extra yards on that because just nobody tackled these guys, and they were able to run the ball. And whenever you did put pressure on Haskins, he wasn't good. So I thought the speed of the NFL might get to him a little bit. I also, knew he didn't read defenses very well. Again, I'm not saying Justin Fields is going to be. I'm just saying if I was going to pick an Ohio State quarterback to succeed, he's not Terrell Pryor, he's not Cardale Jones, he's not Dwayne Haskins. He's way better than all those guys. I mean, my man Uncle Lou freaking just goes to the roof that they let him go and that they have no quarterback in Georgia. They have everything else in Georgia, but they haven't had a quarterback. They should have never let him walk or transfer. So I don't know. I like Justin Fields a lot. I don't think he'll be as good as Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence is head and shoulders the best prospect coming out of this draft. I think the Jets will be if the Jets get Lawrence and Bieniemy, they will get there. They're not going to do it overnight. Give them 3 years though, and they'll be competing for that division, I think.
Yeah, if they get Trevor Lawrence, I think that AFC East is going to be maybe the best division in football in like 2 years because the Bills have built something really good. The Dolphins are building something really good. And who knows with the Patriots with Belichick. But the Dolphins, I love their future. I love where the Bills are at right now, and I think Josh Allen's only going to get better, and I love their defense. And if you give the Jets Trevor Lawrence, if he's built up to what people are saying, and then you give him – they already have a pretty good emerging offensive line. As bad as their team is, they have a lot of draft picks. They have a lot of cap space. I think the Jets could get good real fast, and that division is going to be really good soon. I think the AFC East, if they get them.
Shout out to Tony B in here. What's up, Tony B? I've been seeing him in the chat all the time, man. Welcome in, man. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man? Happy birthday. What's up, fellas?
What's up, Tony?
I just want to say, first of all, happy birthday. And then thank you guys for the great content you put out because I'm sick of, Jordan, Renan. I mean, that was BS, man. He almost made me want to start making videos just to kind of, throw them in the ground a little bit. But I definitely appreciate what you guys do. I'm always I'm always watching whether I'm in the chat or not. And I just wanted to bring up the offensive line. Yeah, I think that the last 2 games we've seen Andrew Thomas turn into that number 4 pick, that we got him at. He really solidified himself, and I think he's only going to get better. Watching Nick Gates pancake people, I mean, I think amps me up. Like, that is one of the greatest things I've seen all season, is watching him toss these little jabronis. Man, it's awesome. So that's something that we haven't seen.
Andrew Thomas been pancaking people a couple times as well, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Massive block in that game against Cincinnati. The offensive line, they're getting nastiness to them.
Yeah, they're getting tough. But I'm going to tell you, the most underrated Gettleman move was Gates, extending him before the year started. because now you're only going to be paying him 3 years $3 million next year and $3 million the year after that. Had they waited, they would have to pay him a lot more. That was a really underrated, smart move by Gettleman before the year started.
Well, Chris, be careful because the haters are going to hate no matter what.
Oh God,
Don't give them credit, whatever.
Listen, I think all that hate literally comes from like the media. You know, these writers that are just, you know, have these clickbait articles that literally cause like a drama with the fan and the organization. We've seen that with like the Knicks, you know, the Yankees, the Mets, all us New York teams. But what was I gonna say? Now I'm all.
I think you're spot on. I think a lot of the Gettleman hate does stem from that, and I think and I think a lot of it stems from Beckham. You know, I think a lot of fans will, you know, the people that were in love with Beckham, they'll never like Gettleman because of that trade.
Yeah, I mean the way Beckham acts, you know, he's a hell of a player, and he was a amazing Giant. He had his best days as a Giant. You know, I don't know if that's because he had Eli throwing him the ball, or you know, or what it is, you know, but you know, I do wish him well. But Dave Gettleman really made the right decision there, and we do got to give him props, you know, because he's flipped this organization around from the Reese era. You know, he really dug us in a hole, Reese, and at least this guy, you know, it wasn't too pretty, but it's like with this Joe Judge hiring, really is like shaping up this team and molding us into I don't want to say like a Patriot like, but we're definitely like we're gonna be contenders for years to come, like the entertainer said. You know, we're looking really great. You know, there's really nothing I can really complain about besides like the obvious, you know, that we can fix next season. But without having a real off season, you know, really screwed up our young guys. You know, and at least right now it's showing like how mentally tough they really are, because I think most young kids going through, you know, new playbooks, not having a mini camp, you know, preseason, they would have broken down, you know, just like that no offense to our practice squad quarterback, that kid looked ugly.
Yeah,
you know, Thornton, he was terrible.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like there's some guys that can do it, and I think we did draft all like captain type players, so it's like we got guys that got their head on straight, that are willing to, you know, prove it, you know, that they are winners. So it's like, you know, major props to Gettleman, major props to you guys for making these awesome videos that I get to watch all the time, and everybody else. And
Tony, man, I just want to say thank you, man. You've always been a great supporter of mine. Thank you very much.
No, absolutely, guys.
And you know, you hit the nail on the head with Gettleman. I almost fell off the Gettleman train a little bit, because I was just, everybody's just bashing him, and after 3 weeks they get killed by the 49ers, and I'm like, I didn't say he should be fired, but I threw my hands up in the air and said I can't defend him anymore, because the offensive line hadn't matured. That was his mission statement. But I'm glad that they're turning around, because I'm gonna tell you what, for everybody that hates Gettleman, if Gettleman gets fired this year, which it's still possible, I guess, or he could retire, I'm going to tell you right now, no matter what, when this team turns it around, he's going to get a ton of credit for it, because he inherited this team at rock bottom, and he was the guy who built this roster. He was the guy that turned the corner, and it's working, and he's going to get credit for it when we get good.
He had a plan. He had a plan, and he executed the plan. And again, 2018, I'm telling you right now, it wasn't his pick. You think people hate him when he traded Beckham? Wait till he trades Barkley. I'm telling you right now, that's happening. He didn't trade. He didn't want. I'm telling you right now, he didn't want Saquon. He probably wanted Quentin Nelson, and ownership said, "No, you got to take Saquon. You got to win for Eli." I will never believe that Dave Gettleman wanted Saquon Barkley. Never. I will never believe that. In my heart of hearts, that was the pick that he wanted. I just won't. I wanted him. I'm not gonna lie. I loved it. But Dave Gettleman's a hog molly guy. Saquon Barkley's on a hog molly. Giants' offensive line was a disaster when he took over. A real disaster. It didn't make any sense. Knowing what I know now about Gettleman, I mean, in 2018, I didn't know this because I didn't know much about him. But yeah, I'm telling you, man. Don't be surprised. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. Don't be shocked if that
guy does, Mad Dog. When do you think is happening? Saquon's 5th year?
I know what they're gonna do. I like I told Craig, we talked about this in the show. The Giants need to make up their decision what they're doing with him next year. You're either extending him or you're not. You do not tag him, because if you tag him, you're pushing his contract back. The longer you push back a running back's contract, the older he is at the end of it. That's not what you want. And I look at what happened to Ezekiel Elliott. Got his money, garbage. I don't want that. It's hard to get a back and a quarterback about the same time and have them taking up 20 to 25% of your cap too. I don't know, man. I love Saquon. Don't get me wrong, but I'm telling you, man, it wouldn't kill me because we're winning out of it.
I'm with Ben. Saquon's my favorite. Saquon's like my favorite person. Like if he run for president, I'd vote for him. Like I love Saquon Barkley, but at the here's what it comes down to for me. Next year, if he comes back and he's the old Saquon, I'm going to go into next year probably with expectations 8-9 wins. I'm probably more towards 9 wins, maybe a possibility of 10. If he makes this team an 11-12 win team and a true Super Bowl contender, I'm going to give him that money. Like if he adds that value to this team, like he's that good that he's the guy that puts us over the top, he earns that money. But if he doesn't make a difference in the win column, as much as I love Saquon, I don't extend him.
I love Saquon probably just as much, if not more, than you, Chris. I mean, he's my favorite player on the Giants right now. I'm wearing the dude's jersey right now, for crying out loud. That player be following Saquon from Penn State to New York is what drove me to create my channel. But unlike you, I don't think there's anything that could make me pay him $20 million. I mean, for me personally, the running back position is just now worth.
I don't think he'll get 20. He'll probably get 15 though.
15, I might. You could probably
15, 16. You'll probably get. Yeah.
But if we're talking record-breaking deal for the running back position, whoever has the highest round, I'm not giving him a record-breaking deal. I'm not giving him heaps and heaps of money because I just don't think the running back position is that valuable to a team. Wayne Gallman is a great example of that. You know what I'm saying? Antonio Gibson for the Washington football team is a good example of that. Chris Carson for the Seahawks. You know what I mean? I love the dude. But even if he adds that value, I won't pay him. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, people talk about, look at Dalvin Cook. Yeah, but what is Minnesota doesn't want anything with Dalvin Cook after they gave him money. If the Giants could get Saquon for what Titans got Derrick Henry for, you sign me up for that.
That's what I said today. Yeah, Clocks asked me that today. $12.5 million. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love Saquon. Listen, that's the first jersey I got in years for the Giants. The first new player I bought in years because I loved him. I still love Barkley. I want Barkley. I wish Barkley was out there right now. But man, like you, Hub, it's hard for me to see a team throw money at a running back when they're not a Super Bowl contender yet. Like if the Giants were.
That's what it's got to be for me. Next year, they got to be a Super Bowl contender. Yeah. And then I'll roll the dice and I'll see if we can win a Super Bowl. I would do it then. Yeah.
I agree. You made a good point, Chris. If the Giants come out and they're 12-4 and they get to the NFC Championship game, at least, then I'm like, okay, he's obviously been part of that.
My counter example to that would be that's what the Rams did with Todd Gurley.
Didn't they give him the money before they made the Super Bowl? I could be wrong on that, but Gurley got hurt.
They were a Super Bowl contender when he got the money. He got the money right before 2018 began, and then they made the Super Bowl in 2018. He got it after his 2017 season when they were. That was
when
the
he
first
played great.
Yeah, 2017 is when everything changed.
You know what? Sometimes you got to roll the dice, and I'd understand it then. I'd be for it then, but if they're like an 8-9 win team, and and he's not adding much to the win column. I can't justify it.
It's tough.
So Tony B, any last thoughts before I switch you off of Hearthstone here, my man?
Just on the Saquon Barkley, I'm a major fan also. But there's many teams that literally live off, the rookie contracts, and they just filter out these, young kids at the running back position and they're able to win games. So it's the value, if it's not there, I'm right there, with pretty much, with you guys on that one. And, I just hope Daniel Jones, comes back nice and healthy in a week and, just proves to be that leader that, I think he could be, and I think we're lucky to have him. So all Giant fans, good night. And all you guys, thank you for your content again. Happy birthday, Hub. And, take care. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you, Tony B, man. Great dude. Always in here, man. And last but certainly not least, we got the man Hearthstone Media here. What's up, Hearthstone? How you doing?
What's going on, guys? Finally got a chance to jump on. I wonder if I could turn my camera the way I want to have it. Is it going to spin me? No, I think I'm going to be on my right side up.
There you go.
You good?
Perfect. Yeah, man. Listen, guys, thanks for having me on. been trying to get on all night. But look, the chat was buzzing and jumping, man. You had 1 million people in the chat. I'm proud of you, young man. Happy birthday to you. Can I say something about the last caller's comments about Saquon? Piggyback off what he said. If I would hope Saquon can be the type of back that can transcend the second contract.
That's what he's got to do. That's what he's got to do.
We haven't seen that much in recent years. I don't want him to be a Devonta Freeman, somebody that you regret signing. You don't want him to be a Todd Gurley. Maybe he could be the next Adrian Peterson, the guy that plays solid for one team for 7 to 8 years. If we can get 7 years out of Saquon, but I think, Tainah, you're right. We need to decide to re-sign him after year 4 if we're going to keep him to year 7.
Yep.
We can't let him go all the way out, play it all the way out, nickel and dime the guy, because that never seems to work out.
They're going to have to make the decision next offseason. Now, they could here's what I'll say. I think they could sign him to the rookie extension, the 5th year, which if the plan is to keep him long term, you do it after next year.
You treat him like a quarterback.
Yeah, if the plan is to give him 1 more year and then try to franchise tag him another year and kind of do what the Steelers did with Le'Veon Bell, then you do that. Then maybe you do it that way. But if you're going to keep him, give him that second contract, you're doing it after next year.
Yeah.
See, my thing with Saquon is this. I mean, you look at other teams. You can draft a running back in the second round. I mean, look at Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I mean, Kansas City obviously a different breed of team, but look at Chris Carson. I mean, look, there's guys that you don't know much about. They come out and they kill it. Sony Michel is very good for the Patriots. Nick Chubb, for Cleveland. I mean, these guys were top 5 picks. You can get a running back in the trade. If your offensive line is good.
And it's going to be.
Wayne Gallman's a 4th-round pick. Wayne Gallman's killing it.
But look.
You replace Saquon Barkley with another running back.
Bad dog. We couldn't get a good running back in the 2nd or 3rd round.
Well,
Look at how many times we tried.
We got
the guy.
But to be fair, Heartstorm, when we tried, we didn't have an offensive line.
Now you're right. The line sucked.
We didn't have an offensive line.
The line sucked.
The only running backs I can think that we drafted were Gallman and
David Wilson.
Yeah, unfortunately, he got hurt. I mean,
he got hurt.
Didn't we draft
Brown? Andre Brown, was that his name?
Yeah. Then we had a guy that we just let go. That teetered around for us for a couple of years.
Did we draft Jennings, or was Jennings a free agent?
No, he started with the Jaguars.
He was great. I forget the last running back that we had teetering around for like 2 or 3 years, could never get over 2.5 yards a carry.
Shane Vereen, we picked up from the Patriots. We got who else have we had? We had
that guy.
Orleans Darkwa.
Was he was a pickup or was he drafted?
He was like a practice squad.
Yeah, he might have even been an undrafted player. I'm not sure.
It might have been like Corey Coleman or something like that. It was somebody we had that just couldn't really get in.
Like after Jacobs and Bradshaw, like that's
Perkins, Paul Perkins. People are typing.
Perkins, he was a 2nd-round pick.
3rd-round pick, a 3rd or 4th rounder.
Yeah, no, he was a 2nd-round pick, I think. Paul Perkins.
Yeah. So we struggled at that, but that got a point. Everybody knows you can get a running back. Same way tight end. You can get a tight end 2nd, 3rd round.
It's once you establish that offensive line, though. The Giants haven't had that. That's the thing. Once you establish that O-line, that's when, you could make something out of some of these running backs. But I really want to get to see Saquon with this offensive line next year. I think he could be so special because when I'm watching,
I think this man could go for like 1,500, man.
As good as Gallman is playing, like there's times when I'm watching the game and I'm like, Saquon takes that to the house.
I say that so many times. Like Baldy did the breakdown of one of Gallman's runs where he just hit the hole, and I think he got 14. This was when the Giants were on their own 4-yard line. Bengals punter was pinning us back all day. We were on our 4-yard line. Gallman got like a 14, 16-yard run. When I watch that live, I'm like, Saquon takes that to the house because he just makes one more guy miss on that second level, and that's gone. And I've been saying, and I love Gallman. I gave him props in my video today. I've said Gallman is the best thing that's happened to this offense all year. But there are games where I'm looking at, I'm like, yo, Saquon really takes that to the house with this line and that blocking.
Yeah.
To be fair, there's a bunch of runs that Gallman gets 2 and 3 yards, and I go, Barkley would have lost 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
And wait, I got one more hard stuff. To be fair to that, who's to say Saquon can't learn that with Burton Burns? That's my question. We haven't seen.
Well, the other thing I'll say is, who says Saquon can't do that now with an established O-line?
Yeah, that too.
I was on my live stream the other night, and I had a call. I mean, I had somebody in the chat made that exact point. He said one thing he hates about Saquon does too many jump cuts and moves where Gallman is more of a straightforward, like you said, Gallman will get 2 or 3.
He's north-south. He's a north-south runner. North-south. Yeah.
Exactly. But I want to see Saquon dial down trying to jump over people.
Right.
I don't need Saquon trying to jump over somebody to get 2 more yards.
Exactly.
If you got one guy to beat and that's going to get you to the house, okay, jump over him. But I don't need to see you jumping over a guy when you're going to get tackled anyway.
That's why I'm excited to see him
that down.
because I think he can. I think he will do that. I really got confidence that Burton Burns and Judge will instill that in him. I think.
I think Saquon's biggest problem. It's kind of what we were talking about was Daniel Jones's biggest problem earlier in the year. Bad Dog and me would always say he's trying to play hero ball because he knew he had to try to put the team on his back because the offensive line wasn't good, the wide receivers weren't creating separation, and he was trying to do more than he was capable of doing. I think that's the same thing with Barkley, and I think when you have a better team around him, you might not see that as much. I think Barkley was trying to do more than he should have been doing.
Here's my thing too.
Jumping over somebody can't be your signature move.
Yeah, I think Saquon can become a little bit of a power runner. Let's not forget this man had broken weightlifting records at Penn State, so he does have strength to him. I think he has the ability to do that. I do think he has the potential. Whether or not he actually does it, that's where coaching would come in my opinion.
See, again, I think that's a running style. I think you either have that or you don't. There's a lot of big guys. Ron Dane's always a huge guy. That guy ran straight. Even Brandon Jacobs to a point.
I don't think Barkley's ever going to be a Jacobs type runner. Right. But I think he could be much smarter rather than dancing. When he trusts his offensive line more.
But I said in my stream, what I would love to see Gallman. I hope this happens for Gallman somewhere in the next 4 or 5 games. I want to see him break one. He's had a lot of, like you said, he's had a lot of 14-yard runs. He's had a lot of 18-yard runs. He's had a couple of 12s. He's had those ones where it looks like he's going to get stopped at 4 yards, and then it's an 11-yard run. But he hasn't had one over 25. He's never got to that second level. But I think that's the difference between being good and being special. Saquon is just special. And so I think that's just Gallman might never have that in him.
But Gallman's doing a hell of a job, though.
He is, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
They obviously have a lot of faith in Gallman if they're going to run him 4 straight times from the 5-yard line.
My question for y'all is
you had to.
Yeah.
Why not?
My question for y'all is if we do have this running back duo next year, man, is that the number 1 running back duo in the league?
We'll have to wait and see.
With the O-line that I think we're going to have, the thing is we don't know what Barkley's going to be next year because some people are saying it may take another year for him to fully recover. But if it's Barkley, like the real Barkley, 150 thumbs up's awesome. If it's the real Barkley, I will say yes. With this offensive line, yes, I think it would be.
Because their main comp, I'm seeing the chat saying it right now, Cleveland, Chubb, and Hunt would be like the main duo they'd be compared to.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I wouldn't argue that.
But I think Barkley. I think if it's Barkley from year one, if he's fully recovered with this offensive line and the way Gallman's ran, they can compete with that duo.
I will tell you who the surprise duo might be is Barkley and Daniel Jones. If the play calling is right, that's the best. That could be the best duo, and if Barkley's healthy, okay, Barkley comes back. He does what Adrian Peterson did after he came back from ACL, right? And Garrett calls the plays right. We should be number 1, 2, or 3 in the league in rushing yards for the season. You get another, Daniel Jones should easily run for 300 or 400 or 500 yards. He could have 500 yards now if they ran him more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you get Barkley with 1,400. You throw Gallman about there with 400 or 500. Look, we could run for 2,500 yards next season.
The thing with Jones, though, he's got to learn how to slide. He's got to learn how to slide. He's got to get better at that.
He's too tough, and he does need to learn to slide. Hey, a couple of injuries will make you a slider.
Yeah.
Final question to close it out for the night. I'm going to end it right around 12:30. I'm going to start with Bad Dog, then go to HSM, then to Tainah. What's the possibility of Gallman seeking? Well, he is going to be seeking a contract this year because we don't have a 5th-year extension on him. So what's happening there?
It depends on how much he asks for. I would love to keep him here. Again, if you're asking me, and it's unpopular, I'd rather pay Gallman than Barkley because Gallman ain't going to get $18 million a year. And He's just to me. But when again, I don't get stats are great. Highlight runs are great. One-handed, three-fingered catches are great. All that's great. But if you're not winning, who cares? I don't. I'm not a player guy. I'm not a fantasy football guy. I'm a win guy. So
You're a
Wayne
team guy.
giving me a better chance to win. It's the same reason I did the trade Beckham thing years ago. If you can take the money you'd give Saquon and give a quarter of it or a half of it to Wayne Gallman and put half of that money you're going to give Saquon in another position, like a defensive edge rusher or a number one receiver, and you can fill two positions, I'm all for that. But I think they got to find a way to keep Gallman. But I'm not going to pay Gallman more than like $7 million a year. There's no way. I'm not going to give him $10, $12 million a year. I would like Gallman for like what they paid Red Ellison, 4 years, $18 million, 4 years, $20 million. I don't know if he's going to command more. He's running the ball pretty effectively. He might be getting himself interest from other teams. Be very interesting. But I would love to see Gallman and Barkley in the backfield next year. See what they can do. I think they're a great combo. I think that is your thunder and lightning. I do. Gallman's the tough runner. You wear him down a little bit, those holes get bigger. Barkley breaks them.
Yeah.
They play off each other. It's kind of what you hope for.
Yeah.
Hey, just
I definitely agree with Bad Dog say about Gallman. Yes, of course we like to bring a guy back who's playing awesome for us right now. I don't think he commands anything more than like a 4-year, or a 4-year $12 million. I think he's a $4 or $5 million a year guy right about now. He's having one breakout season. So will teams have interest in him? Yes, but yeah, he's not doing anything. I would say this: we're impressed by what Gallman is doing because we've been so underwhelmed at the running back position, other than Saquon over years. We haven't had anybody overperform at that position in 7 years. So it impresses us when Gallman runs for 80 yards off 23 carries. That's not like no team is like opening up the checkbook for him. Would he be a nice piece for another team that's contending? Yeah. Would he be a nice piece for us? So I'll say, yeah, definitely I would like to bring him back. I don't think, of course, he might test the free agent market, see what offers are out there. I think he could be half for 3 or 4 years at about $4 million per, $4.5 million tops. Decent little signing bonus for him. I think he's earned that with his 1 year, not even say a whole year right now, with about 8 games of solid production. He continues that through the rest of the season. Have some more offers. Do I want him back? Yes. Didn't get a chance to talk anything, earlier about how I'm feeling about the win. I'm feeling great about first place. I will say I predicted a lot of this stuff. Toot my own horn right now, guys. I predicted the last 3 wins. I still say I'm thinking about that Seattle game. Like, I think that might be a win. We don't need to win that game because I didn't pick us to win that game. So I think it's okay if Daniel Jones misses that game and we lose because I didn't think we were going to win it anyway. And I think we don't need to win that game to make the playoffs. Love the way the defense is playing. I think we can hold Seattle to 21 points. And if we can score somehow more than 21 points, Graham Gano might have to kick us 7 field goals. And I know he's got the leg for it. We could beat Seattle. So
I agree with you on the 21 points. I think we can. If we can continue to run the ball the way we've been running it.
On Russell Wilson.
Yeah, we got to keep them off the field, and I think we're going to play a lot of zone. I know Bad Dog hates that, but I think in this game you're going to play a lot of zone. I think it's going to be a bend but don't break approach with those weapons. You got to stop when they get into the red zone, holding the 3. But as far as Gallman goes, I mean, I think Gallman. I love the way he's playing. I think he's playing great. I'm not bringing him back unless it's a fair contract. I'm not breaking the bank for him. With the improved offensive line that we have, I think you could find another Wayne Gallman in the 4th round. I'm not paying him I'll go for $3.5 million a year. If I get him for 3, we just lost the hub. That's not good. I'm sure he'll be back. If we could get him for if we could get him for 3 years, $9 million, 3 years, $10 million, 3 years, $11 million.
I got disconnected for a second.
Yeah, I'll do that, but I'm not going crazy with Wayne Gallman. As much as I love the way he's playing, I think you can find another Wayne Gallman in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And you pay him $500,000 a year, $600,000 a year.
I just gotta say, man, shout out to all y'all for tuning in, man. Thank you to the chat and my subscribers, the Giants community in general. You guys came out in droves tonight. By far my best stream I've ever done. Love you guys. Shout out to Hearthstone Media, Bad Dog Sports, and then saying the Kidblue was in here earlier. Everybody that called in, absolutely love y'all, man. Thank you all for tuning in. Hey, y'all the real ones. So real quick before I go out, I do have to say I've never had this big audience before, so forgive me if nobody likes it when I plug stuff, but go cop your Christmas merch, bro. We got the Joe Judge.
That's why he stepped out
We
for a
got the
second.
Joe Judge inspired merch. All right, that's been up for a minute, but the actual Christmas stuff is down here with Wayne Gallman and Dexter Lawrence. We got the Wayne train going. I don't know if you order it now if it's still gonna come in time for Christmas. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But we got the Wayne train on sweaters, tees, hoodies, you name it. And of course, we got the sack the halls with your pass rusher. It is number 97, Dexter Lawrence on a t-shirt. Go in, get it. And these are all drawn, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I went into Illustrator, I drew them up. So I had to do that.
That was good.
Plug them in real quick.
That was good, man. That was good.
Thank you, man. Hey, any last thoughts from y'all before I close it out here?
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, hey, I want to give a shout out to Dilly, the 11-year-old caller, man. Listen, like Bad Dog, you called it. We got some callers that are, born in this decade that are smarter than a lot of other content creators and a lot of other teams, man. And when I hear and see those fans that are chiming in, in their teens. I mean, Hub, you just turned 20. You're a young man yourself. But, man, it's really impressive to see such knowledgeable, fans at that age. I remember watching a lot of football when I was younger. I wasn't that knowledgeable when I was 11 years old. I couldn't have come on a channel like this and talk to a bunch of grown men who do nothing but talk about sports all day, every day, and hold my own. So I want to say applause to Dilly and keep it up, guys.
To be fair, Hearthstone Media, when you and I were 11, there was no damn computers, man. There was no we had rotary phones. We still had we didn't have no remote controls.
Was ESPN reliable at that time?
Train station and talk football.
Yeah, there was no PlayStation.
I gotta ask y'all, was ESPN reliable?
Very reliable. ESPN was
okay.
ESPN was there. ESPN was there. But know what? Everybody didn't have cable, so it was an ESPN. But in 93 when I was 11, or 91 or something when I was 11, I think 91, whatever. I don't date myself. Then 90 to 91, we ain't have cable. So I wasn't watching on ESPN.
I was 11 in 87, but we had cable, but ESPN was much better. I mean, NFL primetime was the show to watch.
No, yeah.
Jackson, that was the best. You weren't getting better than that. That was the best. That was the best show. Best football show on TV.
Yeah, I guess we didn't have cable then. HBO Sports had a good show back then. HBO Sports was good.
Yep.
That was good.
Yeah. I remember that show. Brian Gumble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I cannot relate. Any thoughts? Any thoughts, Tainah, Bad Dog?
Well, first off, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you for reaching out to me, asking me to come on. I always have fun when I come on your channel, and I love talking Giants. I could talk Giants all day, which is what I do. Like Hearthstone just said, I absolutely love doing it. And yeah, man, I can't wait for Sunday. I hope that we could beat the Seahawks. If we somehow beat Seattle, we're going to the playoffs. And I can't wait to see how it plays out the rest of the year. I just want this team to continue to do what they've been doing, man, which is running the football as much as they can, setting up, big play opportunities by doing that, and fighting behind this good offensive line, which is what it's become, which is insane that I'm saying that, and relying on this strong defense. And we'll see if we get after Russell Wilson, try to create some turnovers, and hopefully we get to come on here and smile for one more week, get 4 straight wins. But thank you so much for having me on, buddy, and enjoy your birthday.
Thank you, man. Bad Dog, if you got anything to say?
No, I'm good. I appreciate you letting me in here. It's always fun to talk. Like Chris said, I mean, I could talk Giants football all day and all night. That's why I don't end up getting any freaking sleep. I plan on doing my damn videos. Like, I'm going to go to bed
I was
around.
about to ask, are you going to go edit after this?
Here it is, 1:45, and I'm going to get 4.5 hours of sleep again, but it don't matter. I don't sleep. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Nas always said sleep is the cousin of death, so the hell with that. I ain't sleep. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I got Giants football to talk about, baby. There was no way I wasn't going to come in here and hang with you fellas. I appreciate it.
My chair doesn't spin. That makes my night every time, man.
And that's perfect way. And yo, once again, shout out to the viewers, and we're going, guys.